The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
Well, hey, this is the mouth of the South giving out the world's greatest wrestling area. But I say so myself. Hey, you gotta check out Trash Talking Radio. Even TrashTalkingRadio.com. Hey, man, it's awesome. It's great. You'll hear all your favorite superstars. And just remember, never trust a midget, baby.
Hey, you said talking about it gets so hot, the telephone line melt. Telephone man climbing the line now, trying to put back together because it's so hot. Because the people know they're talking to the real deal, the real man, the man of the hour. They're talking to the fabulous blonde. Been around the world more times than Carter's got peanuts. I've been in countries that don't even have names. I've been places that's not even on the map. Only so well. Everywhere I went, everybody wanted to see. Everybody wanted to feel. Everybody wanted to touch. They just wanted to get a little look at the real man. Can't tell the fabulous blonde.
This is Lance Storm. Be sure to catch Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com Tuesday, 7 till 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the living legend Larry Zabisco broadcasting a direct news bulletin from Larryland. And when you're driving in your car at home listening to radio, make sure you're listening to Mike Trash on Trash Radio and know all the scoop.
Who's better than Canyon? Well, the only people I know are the people on Trash Talking Radio from 7 to 10 every Tuesday night on TrashTalkingRadio.com.
Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night. All right, why is the other thing? There's the mix. Another issue. Everybody is in the chat room because they moved the chat room.
Because it's Tuesday, and you know all computer issues happen on Tuesday.
I gotta look at something here that told me that it was okay. Don't stop any of the streams. Just show me. Now I gotta figure out what happened. I can't even figure it out. Oh, how did it work? How does this thing work? Don't stop. I gotta figure out. Oh, there's gotta be a way to edit this. No, of course there's not. All right, let me see. All right, so we'll do this a step at a time. We'll go to the Trash Talking Radio. Well, I don't know how to do this because we're not where we're supposed to be. Let me look and see if we are in here. If we're in here. Oh, look at that. We are in here. Okay, so I need to open this. What? Be quiet. Hello. Okay, so there's where we are. All right, so we'll take this.
Is that the Trash Talking Radio page?
That is the Trash Talking Radio page. I'm going to put it on my page, though.
Okay.
So that people know that it's there. I hope. Let me see. Okay, so now we'll go to the Mike Trash page and see if we can simulcast. All right, let's see. Put it here. I know, puppy. I'm as frustrated as you. All right, here we go. So if it's live there, that means we can play it both places. Look at that. We can do both.
Nice.
All right, so now I've got to figure out how we get there first so that we can do it. Because we're in multiple places now instead of just one. So that makes it a little more difficult, but not impossible. Seemed like it was impossible. All right, let's check and make sure we're all where we're supposed to be, although we're not where we're supposed to be because things didn't work out the way I wanted them to, but now I know how to work around it so that we're in two places at once. Look at that. Perfect. Two places at once. You know, only Facebook would be that kind of...
Why do you have the black mark on your head every time you move?
I'm Indian.
Oh, okay.
Don't criticize my religion.
I
feel like you criticize my religion.
No.
Yep.
I'm innocent.
Very little. Okay,
Excuse
so
you?
Here, pin this to the top. We're working there. Go to Twitch. We're working there. Go to YouTube. I don't know if we're working there or not. I haven't figured the YouTube out. They changed everything around. All right, we should be ready to go. We may eventually even have people there. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to get rid of that splotch. Well, that's one way to get rid of it. Yep. Why is it still there? Why am I blotchy?
Because of the delay, maybe?
Well, yeah, I didn't drop the thing right away there. I got to see who's in the room, though, because apparently there's some people there. Yeah. Hey, everyone.
I'm there.
Welcome to the show. I don't know if you're in the...
There goes the light.
Yeah. Okay, now, maybe we'll just keep the light here, because it seems to... All right.
What's causing the water to go black?
All right, that's better. Black water. All right. Oh, it should be up higher now. Now I gotta... Oh, there's all kinds of issues. Why did it start like this? We could have done better. Look at your hair. Look at the things out of your hair. There's things. There's bugs flying out of your hair. Or something. I don't like
No, they're coming up behind us. Look.
I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it somehow. Hold on. Let's see. Let's try this. It wasn't like this a few minutes ago, by the way.
And it wasn't like this last week.
And it wasn't like this last week.
If it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Well, apparently Facebook broke it.
Oh, well, okay.
Okay, let's see what we look like now. You kind of remind me of Pigpen. When he walked around, he had the dust flying around him.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway, welcome to the show. Must be the new background. That's what it is. Water got into the background.
Of course.
Water. All this.
What I picked and.
All this moisture got into it.
Better
All right.
than mice.
Oh, shut up. I don't want to talk about mice.
Well, then what's this?
Trackball.
Okay. Well, then what's this?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right, you look actually there. It looks like it got rid of most of the stuff.
That's good.
All right, we're okay now. We
See,
can go to.
we got rid of them. Or you got rid of them.
Yeah, why? What do we got? Eric, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hi, Eric.
I am now broadcasting in two places because they wouldn't let me broadcast in my normal place, so I had to put it in the place that they wanted it, and then I had to copy the link over and make it work. So,
Well, maybe that's a good thing, because if you weren't doing that before, and since this is a radio show...
I want to have the freedom to do it the way I've been doing it for the past
I know.
umpteen years. Why are they changing it the last second?
Just go with the flow.
I guess they changed it for this September because we were working fine last week.
Right.
So I have to blame them because I'm not doing anything different than I did before, but yet our stream is in... Well, it could be good that it's in that other place. We're streaming in two places on Facebook. We're streaming in the Mike Trash page and the Trash Talking Radio Show page. Now, the only reason we're in both places because they no longer let me stream on my timeline, apparently, but I can stream it on my radio show. That has good and bad things. People that subscribe to the radio show will now know that we're streaming there. And people that are used to me streaming where I am now, which is my timeline, can still watch me.
And I know I share it on mine, so it'll still link to
yours. Did you share it this way, or?
I shared it from the Mike Trash page.
Okay, so your page actually shows the show.
No, it just shows what you're seeing on your timeline. So you shared it from Trash Talking Radio to Mike Trash.
But if I went to your page, would I see this, or would I see?
You would see just what you're seeing there, where it says Mike Trash, and then it has the link and then the video
Let me see
below.
your page. I don't even understand. Believe me,
Yeah, that one.
All right. So, okay, so you're streaming it live.
Yeah.
So that gives us three places that we're in, and anybody else who wants to stream it live, go ahead. And you have my full permission and all that.
Do a watch party.
I don't know how a watch party works.
I don't either.
If I did, I'd probably
But
do a
I
watch party.
think this is kind of what a watch party is.
Yeah, but if we can do a watch party, it would tell everybody that we're doing a watch party, right?
Oh, I don't know. I
would
mean,
think.
what I've seen from watch parties is like doing like this, but who knows?
But if we can do a watch party too, that'll give us another bunch of people to listen to the show. I don't know. All right. Anyway, let me take a look at that. How does it? Maybe. Hold on. Let's see if I can figure out how we can do it another way. Then. All right. Let's see. See more. Is there a watch party? There's watch. I wonder if I went there and it says about doing. Does it
Probably.
say? No, it doesn't say anything about. I want to do it. I'm ready. I'm ready to do it. However you do a watch party. Let's do a watch party.
Yeah, that one I
Your
don't
watch
know.
list. How about? Come on. I'm gonna have to ask somebody. I hate to believe that I could just always type in watch party.
Well, let me see.
I don't know which keyboard is it. Watch. I can't even spell watch.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Okay, let's see how that works. Watch party. Watch together with friends. All right, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's not it. Okay. Watch party. Watch party. Show me your watch party. Let's see. See, I wonder how other people, how to start a watch party. I should watch this video.
Well, that might help.
Let's watch this video together. Oh, I guess people would have to watch the video together. Okay. Create a watch party. Oh, do I have to do it? All right, let's try that. Okay. Maybe I can do it that way.
Okay, how does it say to do it?
Create a room. Well, I didn't quite read it. Just kind of. Huh. Not that way.
We'll figure it out for next week.
Now I'm interested in how it works.
Let's figure it out
Live
for next
video.
week.
Hey, what about this? Can we do it this way? Let's try it this way. See what happens if we do it this way. Welcome to Live Producer. That's me. Use camera.
Use stream key.
Use
No.
stream key. Oh, I'll teach you guys. I'll teach you. Stream health. See how your video is performing in real time. So, do it. Oh, waiting for my video. I don't know what the key is. I guess that won't work. All right, enough of that.
We'll figure it out for next week.
Use camera. Wait, let's try using the camera. What happens then? Does it let me use the camera?
Start screen
Wait,
share.
Where?
Down. Right there.
Oh, I don't want to screen share
Oh, okay.
because I don't have any. Because then they won't see us.
Okay.
I'm going to figure this out. This will be good. I'll figure it out for next week. I do like the idea of being able. Oh shoot! Oh man, I hope I didn't do it. Oh man. Oh, I screwed it up. Oh, freaking A. Darn it. All right, we'll figure it out for next week. But I do like the
Oh,
idea.
look at us in the lower right.
Hey, well, that's not going to work either. It does see this camera. Okay, well, I don't want to go live. How do we kill this?
Hit your home button.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I don't see a home button. Is this home?
No.
What's home?
Down.
What?
The house.
Oh, the house. Why didn't you say hit your house button?
Because I was afraid you'd hit the house here.
Anyway, we've got this nice little background. You wouldn't get that on the camera, unfortunately, because it doesn't see anything but the green screen.
Right.
I mean, not the green screen, it doesn't see the outside. Yeah, that's it. The outside. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. I've been having fun. Am I the only person who doesn't like the taste
She
of
needs to be
pumpkin?
fired if she doesn't like
She
pumpkin.
doesn't like pumpkin? Well, that's okay. It's more for me. What's that? Wait.
I hear an
Hold
echo.
on.
No, I don't hear it.
Oh, That's weird. Okay.
This is Tuesday. Of course
Oh,
it's gonna
man.
be weird.
All right, I'm just going to go straight into the show then. Forget about that this ever existed. All right, I'm just going to pretend that we're having a great show and everything's going
Why
on.
pretend?
and-
We are.
well, we aren't yet. The show didn't even start. Don't look at that. Don't
Hey,
look at that. That's
you
my
did
notes.
the intro. It started.
Yeah. Well, did the intro? How many times did I start the show today?
One.
And it didn't start.
One.
All right. Okay. All right. Ready to go. All right. First off, we had two people die, one of which nobody knows but us.
Right.
And I'm really sad about this because this guy was a cool guy. Devin Michaels was an indie wrestler, and he was like 39 years old. I met him when he was about 29,
Yeah.
I want to say. Maybe younger than that. And he was a Jake the Snake imitator. He said he was trained by Jake the Snake. I don't know if that's true or not. But
I believe it was.
I don't know. But, he had a python, which I met intimately, unfortunately, after I got knocked down. He put him on
I'm not
top of me.
saying a word.
I don't have a picture of it, so it didn't happen.
I'm sure there's a picture somewhere.
Yeah, on my page that they banned. So, it kind of sucks.
I think I might have one. I just have to look for it.
He was a good guy, though. I liked the guy. He was he was young. He was, I guess he was a bodybuilder, and kind of cool guy. I enjoyed working with him, and not the Snake. I didn't enjoy. In fact, the match that I'm remembering was him and the Honky Tonk Man against Cage and some other guy. I don't know who the other guy was, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I was managing Cage, and I ended up with a snake.
Yeah, and it freaked me out that you had the snake on you.
Why would it freak you out?
Because it did.
Shouldn't have.
Yep. Hi, puppy.
I was one that suffered.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's just... I had to take pictures, remember?
You had a close-up lens. You could be anywhere in that building.
And I was.
Look at this. Bob Fowl likes a video we shared. It happens. I think it's us. That's good. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. Anybody that shares this video gets a free
subscription.
Air something. Anyway. All right. Anyway, that's. But he leaves behind a daughter and a wife. He was only married for, I think, 2015. He got married.
Yeah, just a short time.
And that daughter has to be like 4, 5. That's sad. I mean, anytime you lose someone, it's bad. But when you lose them when they're that young, it's even worse. What's going on there? Okay, it's not. Okay. I was going to say, if it said stop streaming, I was going to scream. Anyway, Devin, I'm sorry you had to go. I guess they needed you somewhere. I'm sad. I really am. He was a good guy.
Bum, ba-dum, bum.
That's the one.
I told you.
How'd you get it? Is it on your page?
Yep.
Well, send it to me, and I'll put it up. Because
I knew I had it.
I had it before they took my other page away.
There you
Sucks.
go. It was in 2008.
Yeah, I thought it would be. All right, so here's the picture of me with a snake on me. Wait, I don't see a snake. He's not on me.
Look on the arm.
That is my vest. Where's the snake?
I thought it's there somewhere.
No, it's not. I can prove I didn't have a snake on me now. Ha.
Now there's one. I know because I remember taking it.
Well, you can't prove it because it's not there.
Give me time. I'll find it.
Nope. Anyway, yeah, that was freaky. I'm not used to snakes being put on me. So, and that's the old school vest. That's the one I think that Pam did for me, because it has the old letters that she put on it.
Oh, okay.
I still have that vest too. I'd like to fix it up, even though I'll probably never wear it again. But that's the one she did the beads on the back, and I had to keep getting it replaced because I would run into problems, and I'd end up wearing the beads off and all that. It was a really nice looking vest, except you can't really wrestle in it because you end up losing it. Anyway, that's my big Devin Michaels thing. Anyway, the other person we lost was Brian Williamson. Now, many of you may not remember Brian Williamson, but he was a member of the Temptations. And his career, he was younger than I thought he was. He was born in 1970, and I thought the Temptations were much older than that. So that kind of threw me for a loop that he had died. I don't know if maybe he was just a... Let's see if he was just a... when the Temptations... Yeah, I thought so. The Temptations went back to 65, so He wasn't in the original Temptations, but he was in the Temptations. So I'm looking here to see what the situation is here. Past members, current members. Let's see, Bruce. Where's Bruce at? Oh my gosh, they had a lot of members in their band. I'm looking here, and past members included a whole handful of people. So yeah, Bruce is on there. He must have been one of the last of them. But yeah, it's sad that the Temptations had a lot of really good songs, and it makes me sad. What's that say? Oh,
I was looking.
You're looking through the.
I know there's a picture. I just have to find it.
Yeah, it's not in. It'll be in the other Trash Talking. Oh, that's where it is. I'll bet you it's in the other Trash Talking Radio page, because there's two of them. Because they.
This is the only one that came up when I did.
Well, you got to look. The two pages are this. Let me find it here. I have. Where's it at? Darn it! I can't remember how to find it. They changed all the. Oh, here it is. So there's Trash Talking Radio Show, and there's Trash Talking Radio. The old one was Trash Talking Radio.
Well, that's the one I'm in, and it's not
maybe
there.
It's the other way around. Maybe the Trash Talking Radio Show. Oh, that could be. Could be the Trash Talking Radio Show. I'm thinking that's what.
Photos.
Let me see what Trash Talking Radio Show was. Wait a minute. We're in. That's the one we're in. So I need the Trash Talking Radio. Should be.
I was in both and didn't.
Oh, wait a minute. How did I do that? How did I do both of those? Because I'm really confused. Alright, that's the most recent one. Okay, I'm really confused. Well, that was from... That's Trash Talking Radio. The other one is Trash Talking Radio Show. One of them is a... Okay, I'm really confused now. That says it was open in 2019. Huh? Alright. I'm confused. I am totally confused.
Okay, Trash Talking Radio, no show.
No show. Yeah. That's the one we're on, unfortunately. Or fortunately. I don't know. Maybe they took it down. I don't know. Oh, you know what it was? You probably can't get to it because...
Well, this has stuff from 2019.
Yeah.
And it only has these as photos.
Oh, wow. All right. Anyway, regardless.
Okay. They're mean.
Yeah, anyway, Bruce Williams.
Williamson.
Yeah. Says here he had an interest in joining the legendary Temptations since 1994. What? Wait a minute. Had shown interest since 1994. Wait a minute. When did he join? I thought he joined... now I'm confused. Says here, manager, blah, 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 blah. Left in 2015, citing weight problems and wanting to record a gospel album. He was replaced by former Tower of Power vocalist Larry Braggs. So when did he join? It says since 1994, because if he was born in 1970, he couldn't have joined in 79 or something, because he'd only be 10, or 1980. So that, okay, that threw me off there. I really thought that he was older than that. So, yeah. Oh, wow. He was diagnosed with COVID-19. And having recovered from gallbladder, he died on September 6th in Las Vegas for complications of COVID-19. Well, that explains it. So, well, it explains part of it anyway. But that's sad. But they had a lot of good songs. They did... where is it? There it is. They did My Girl, My Girl, My Girl, and Just My Imagination, and Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Oh, he left was his hat. Oh, no.
Are
Oh,
you mad?
I can't remember the words. But, and the way you do the things you do. Boom, ba-doom, boom, doo-doom. And, treat her like a lady. Can't remember how that goes, but but it's really sad. He died at 50. That's just a sucky
My
age.
Sherry Amore. No, that was
No,
Stevie
that was
Wonder.
that's wrong black person. So they don't all sing the same songs. All right, let's see here. All right, well, movies. We got a few things updated in movies. Oh yeah.
He's putting his opinion in.
What do you want? Talk to me.
Tell him.
I got a dog that
Tell him.
wants something from me. What if I don't give it to you? What if I don't give it to you?
Hey, wait, I'm in the middle here.
Got to treat him right. Oh, ouch. All right, anyway. All right, so that's enough of that background. We need to put the regular background on as soon as I figure out which one it is.
What, you don't like the waterfall?
I just realized that I've been showing things on the screen that nobody can see, and probably would help if I put it to the right background. All right, what am I going to do here? I got to go this one. And I got to go to... All right, so we'll do this. There we are. All right, and then we do this. All right, now we're back. All right, here we go. It's time to roll on the movie stuff, TVs and movies and all that.
We do know that movie theaters are starting to open up a little bit.
That's what I hear.
So,
And that's what part of my stories are about.
okay.
First off, Mulan released I believe it released this last week. It says, leads to...
We're done with Bruce.
I'm about to hit the button. Try not to be so impatient, girl.
Sorry, it's Tuesday. I'm excited.
Anyway, so according to... now, first off, Disney made a controversial decision. It says after twice delaying the theatrical release of its live-action Mulan, it announced that the movie would go straight to Disney Plus in the U.S. with a third date, September 4th, and a digital purchase fee, $30, on top of the regular subscription fee. So for you to get this, you have to have Disney Plus, and then you pay $30 on top of your regular fees so you can stream it. Now, that sounds like a lot until you think about what you spend at the movies if you have a family of 4.
True.
You have a family of 4, you're already in at $40 before you even get concessions.
Right.
So, at first it sounds bad, but for someone like me it would be bad because I don't have any kids
That you know of.
that I know of or that I claim. And so for me it would be $30 for me, or else I'd have to have people over or something. And it's just for the basic person of 1 or 2 people, you're not going to really want to do it. So,
But if you have a watch party,
if you have a watch party, if you have a watch first.
yeah, I mean, have a group of friends, make it a family game night, do movies.
No, I mean a watch.
Well, yeah, that
You
too.
can have a watch to have a watch party.
Hot puppy.
Anyway, so it's not so bad when you think about it. If you have kids, if you even have 1 kid and 2 adults, you're going to do better because you can make your own popcorn or whatever your concessions are, and you'll save a ton of money. So that's their theory behind it. So it says preliminary data says that it shows at least that Mulan prompted a spike in Disney Plus app downloads. So a lot of people wanted to get this movie. I would have liked to have seen the movie because it's live action, but I'm not going to, it's not going to break my heart if I don't see it.
Right.
It says here, Sensor Tower, an app download research firm, says that downloads of Disney Plus spiked 68% from Friday, September 4th, through Sunday, September 6th, compared to 1 week prior. Consumer spending in the app also spiked 193%, which can be attributed to people paying the $30 fee. So that fee is not a one-time rental. The fee the movie gets added to your Disney Plus library, so you can rewatch it forever and ever and ever.
Cool.
So,
you know,
it's kind
even
of like you buy it.
yeah, on a single person that might work if you're going to watch it that many times.
I guess. I don't know. So I just think it's an interesting thing. It's a way for Disney to try to make some of that money back, because they spent a ton of money on that
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
So it says that, interestingly, Disney Plus app downloads jumped a bit more, 79%, for the first 3 days of Hamilton hitting the service, July 3rd to July 5th. But they chalked it up to the fact that Hamilton was free to stream because they didn't charge an additional fee. So it's interesting, and there's a controversy with this movie too, because the person that played Mulan, or I guess the main person Mulan, apparently said some controversial things that I didn't put it in my notes, but it's just or did I? Oh, I did. I did do it. I didn't. I did this last second, so I didn't remember if I did it or not. So this is a lightning rod for controversy. That says and when I think about it, it's really bizarre to think about. I forgot to do this yet. Rats. I won't do it. Yeah, they threw my game.
I can take it on.
They threw my game off. You know, like now everything's weird, and I can't get my groove. Like, you know, Stella lost her groove, I lost my groove. When Trash lost his groove.
You Trash lost something.
I'll tell you, after this past, the fact that I couldn't get my stream running,
Yeah.
it really irritated me, because now it's 8 o'clock and we didn't even start. We really rarely started. But I do like the idea of being able to stream in more than one place, so I'm okay with it. I just wish they would have told me that you can no longer stream in your...
Would you keep getting the notifications that they're going to update their terms of service?
Do you ever read that stuff?
No.
Right, okay.
Well, I'm just saying, as long as you're getting the notifications, then they can say, well, we told you.
I realize that it's all your fault for not reading it, because, you know, you're my lawyer, too. You're my handler. You should handle that.
No, I'm a talent wrangler. I don't wrangle paperwork.
Okay, back to this. It says here, in an understatement to say that a lot has happened since the trailer for Disney's Mulan released. Shortly after Hong Kong's controversial extradition law was put forward, which sparked immediate protest, the ongoing assault on democracy in Hong Kong has dumped... Hey! Knock it off.
You wanted him to talk to you.
You're allowed to talk when I say you talk. So there. Anyway, the person who played Mulan criticized the extradition laws that was put in place. So she's in all kinds of trouble for things that she did. So it kind of, sometimes you gotta just close your mouth and not talk. Not about things that are, I mean, I realize that stars, I'm talking stars like The Rock, can say whatever they want.
Right.
But a star like Mulan, who nobody knows over here, and does know over in China, you just keep your mouth shut, because over in China they can kill you for any reason. Mm-hmm. And so... Anyway, she's got all kinds of heat now. So,
you know, I was watching the Facebook feed, and when you were talking to Buddy,
yeah,
it looks like you're yelling at me.
I am.
You are not.
I am yelling at you. So, anyway, quiet. You want to say something? Come over here. Come here. You're lucky I don't put the camera on you. Puppy. Anyway, she caused all kinds of problems with herself. I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter to me, but she's not that big of a star that she can go out there and shoot her mouth off, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, that's that. I mean, Mulan did okay. And, of course, Tenet, brings 20 million in as Americans step back into the movie theaters. So the Tenet had been pushed how many times?
Yeah, because
that was supposed to be on March, I think.
Right, because that's when all this first hit, and I remember, saying to you that looked good.
It does look good. It looks but remember we saw another movie by the director of this. It was one of my favorite movies of all time, and you had not seen it before I showed it to you. Do you know what movie it is?
I don't remember.
Memento.
Okay, I've seen so many.
Well, the guy that does Memento has this thing about time, and has a lot of things a lot of his movies are about time. And so this one is also about time.
Yeah, because when you take the Tenet, and it's spelled the same forward and backwards.
How's that tell you it's about time?
Well, never mind.
Anyway, I think it's probably a pretty good movie, and Christopher Nolan is the guy who did it. He did the Batman movies. So when there were 3 movies, he's the one that did the 3 movies back, the 3 Batman that are the same. So I really think it'll be pretty good, but I'm not sure that I'm ready to go back into theaters yet. I kind of want to,
I'm not. I mean, as much as I'd like to, I see too many things on Facebook, and it's
right.
Your choice whether or not you want to believe them.
Right.
But it's like I keep seeing numbers go up, and yet.
We'll talk about some of those too, because I got some things about that
if
too.
we're supposed to be staying away or distancing and wearing our masks.
Well, yeah, I got a bunch of stories about that.
Hi, puppy.
But I think that this could be potentially a pretty hot movie. So I just. But it says here that theaters are limited to 50% capacity. I thought it was less than that.
No, they just increased it. Well, for restaurants, they just increased it.
No, I don't think they did increase it, because when we went to the restaurant, it was 25%.
Yes, but I saw today where they increased it to 50 effective September 21st.
Okay. Well, they got to do something, because we're coming up on you can't really eat outside in the winter. What? You trying to make a point of some sort? What? You are so noisy. You need to lay down. That's what I want you to do. Just lay down and let me do my show. I let you have things all the time. So just be cool, fool. Yes, you. Big puppy. Just because you want it doesn't mean you get it. Anyway, it says here that it opened stronger in China. It debuted with 30 million Friday to Monday internationally. Tenet has exceeded expectations. In 2 weeks release, it made 126 million with a global tally of 146. So actually, that's not too bad considering, the problem is that it cost 200 million to make and 100 million to market. So to break even, they got to break 500 million. That's the thing about movies today, is that they cost so much. Back in the day, you could make a movie for under $1 million for in the 70s, and that would, now we're talking, if you make a movie for $1 million, you've got a piece of junk you probably shot on your little cell phone or something.
A little handheld video camera. Yeah, I mean, well, think about it. Money isn't worth as much today as what it used to be. I think it's a lot of it because of inflation and stuff. You have to spend more to do things like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly right. So that's the story on Tenet. I do want to see it, but it's what?
So does
I just
he.
Gave you something. Shut your nose. We don't need your opinion. Anyway,
Right there.
Then we talk about, remember who died last week? The Black Panther died.
Yes.
Disney's reported on how they're going to proceed with Black Panther 2, which I'm very happy that they're not giving that franchise up, because the Black Panther was so well written. And I really hated the fact that Chad isn't going to be around for. I still hate that Chad's not going to be around because he was a perfect person to do that. But the person that they're going to have do it, what they're going to do is they're going to kill off the Black Panther behind the scenes. Well, you got to. Because if you remember from the first movie, the only way to be a Black Panther is to beat the other Black Panther.
Right.
Okay. Well, they have that covered. It says after the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman, Marvel Studios was well within their rights to draw a line under the Black Panther franchise, or through the line, I would think through the line of the franchise completely, to allow the standalone outing as to live as a permanent monument, and with $1.3 billion, that's how much that movie made. $1.3 billion. That's why they're not giving it up, because they saw they're going to make another, $1 billion on the next movie. So what they decided to do, says here, many conversations going on between Kevin Feige, I don't know how to say his name, and director Ryan Coogler, and the returning cast. The sequel will be starting next March, and will meet a May 2022 release date. In fact, Boseman was determined to defeat the illness that took his life, and he was going to start working out for the new movie because they were going to start filming it. But it says here, of course, a delay of some kind seems inevitable, but now we're now hearing from sources that the same ones that told us that She-Hulk is coming to Disney Plus, Taskmaster will be the main villain in Black Widow, and Ben Affleck is returning for The Flash, all of which were correct. I can't imagine Ben Affleck as the Flash, because he was Batman. He should return as Batman, because I thought he was a great Batman, but if he wants to be the Flash, whatever. But anyway, the person that told him all that stuff told him this. According to the plan, at the moment, is for T'Challa to be written out of Black Panther 2 before the story starts, as he'll apparently die off-screen. Shuri will assume the mantle and become Wakanda's new protector. So one member that we already met was Shuri.
So kind of like the Phantom belt, wrestling belt changes. Except this is comic book stuff. Sort of.
No, exactly. If I had thought of that first, I would have used that, but you thought of it first, so I got to give you credit where credit's due.
Thank you.
As much as you don't deserve it.
Hey, that means you taught me well.
I guess. But anyway, the nice thing about this is that the actual outfit is going to be probably the same stunt guy, so it'll still look the same. So anyway, just a little interesting tidbit. So I hear you. I gotta figure out how to turn that off. I don't know what it is that. Oh, I see what it is. I could probably turn that off. Let's see here. Which trackball is it? This one? Yeah, must be this one. Yep.
You need to color code those.
Well, they are blue and red.
And what color is that?
Blue.
You know.
It means it's not the right one. Okay.
The other blue.
Yeah, it's the other blue. Let's see if I can turn that off from here. Where's it at? I can't see.
Hi.
Can I do it this way? Oh, I wonder if...
You're so adorable.
Now let's try it. It's here.
Okay.
Okay, it's off. Okay. We can play now. All right. So, I mean, they got the right idea, because that Phantom title change, as you refer to it, will work. And
right.
I just hadn't thought of the wording of that. So, anyway, there we go. So we're going to see another Black Panther. Unfortunately, not the original one. So it'd be kind of hard to get him to do the stunts and stuff the way he is now.
But it's also like, some people, they have their favorite Batmans.
Right.
Whether it's George Clooney, whether it's Ben Affleck, whether it's...
Ben Affleck was the best.
See, I don't agree.
Well,
I loved George Clooney. Michael Keaton was okay. But, you know, I'm sorry. When I think Batman, I think Adam West.
No one can argue with that.
Okay.
But it can argue with it being that the original Batman was like the Ben Affleck Batman. And when it came from comic book to TV, they didn't want to put it on because it was serious.
Right.
So they made them be a joke thing. And that's why it became the way that it did. Now, as you saw with every movie that came out, without Adam West, they became serious movies.
Right.
And so that's where we got the serious Batman. Was the original Batman was a brooding Batman. The original cartoons, the original comic books were a very serious Batman. And at that time of life, they didn't think a serious Batman would work. And it may not have back then. But, you know, it's definitely working now. So, speaking of Batman and superheroes, let's talk about superheroes. Of course, name. Okay, I'm gonna make you work for it.
No.
Name four actors that came from wrestling.
Cena.
Okay.
The Rock.
Uh-huh.
Hogan.
Okay.
And...
Come on, you've seen his movies.
I know. Give me a minute. It's right on the tip of my tongue, too. Yeah, then you got The Rock. We've got Cena.
Dave.
Huh? Batista.
There you go. Well, so here we go. John Cena's and reportedly has talked to play multiple Spider-Man villains.
Oh, boy.
So
Is this before or after he's done walking his cow?
Hey, I'm really happy that he's able to move. He's young enough that he's able to... Oh, what? What is this?
Did you get nailed again?
Yeah, Warner Brothers said that we stole something. Let's take a look and see what it is. Warner Brothers. Oh, well, this is an old one. This is way back in 2019. 2/26, 2019. They're still doing this. I can't believe they're doing this. I don't care. Do what you got to do, you know? I keep telling them, just post it muted if that's all you... Because nobody cares about 2019. That's over a year ago.
Yeah.
Over a year and almost 2 years ago. And they're complaining about it. Okay, back to Cena. I hate this stuff. I wish they'd just let me alone. Anyway, according to Cena, he's trying to do... It appears that... this is true. It appears that any professional wrestler that wants to make his jump into acting, except for Hogan, is contractually obligated to star in multiple blockbuster franchises, but eventually signed to a comic book movie. Johnson, of course, is with the Fast and Furious, G.I. Joe, Jumanji, and now Black Adam. Batista, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Spectre with James Bond,
Right.
and Blade Runner. And Cena's now looking to do it with Fast. He'll show up as Fast and Furious 9 in April, and then he'll become part of James Gunn's new Suicide Squad. They're going to redo the Suicide Squad, but James Gunn is going to direct it.
Okay,
So,
that'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting.
Maybe we'll be back in theaters by then.
I hope so.
Me
I really
too.
do hope so. If I see things like some kind of vaccine and all that stuff, the problem is I'm in that age group that could be affected.
Me
so are
too.
you. And
I've got, with my health issues and stuff, I've got more to look at.
well, what do you think I felt like when you were taking me to the hospital? Because I had the worst of all, because nobody knew what was wrong with me.
I know. And that's why it wasn't anything against you, but when I come up Saturday to take you, I made sure I had my mask on, because we didn't know.
No, we didn't. We didn't know. And I wasn't offended. Trust me, I wasn't offended. All I cared about was getting better. Anyway, so it looks like we're going to see him. He's going to be, it says, he's also going to be a Spider-Man villain. So he's going to be called the Sandman. And
Well, then he'll put everybody to sleep, though.
yep, that's his job. It's kind of cool. I think it's. I love that Cena's actually going to be out there doing it. It gives me.
So when you can't wrestle, you act.
Well, I mean, he started. How many years has he been in this?
Yeah, that's
He's been
true.
really not getting any good roles. He's been getting bit parts, but
Yeah, because what movie did the fireman movie?
right, that was a good movie. Well,
Yeah.
that wasn't his. Wait,
Yeah, that was Cena.
That's right, that was his. And he just hasn't moved as fast. Well, The Rock actually took some bit parts too, because in his beginning he played the.
He did the Tooth Fairy, but that was a major role.
I'm talking before that. He did the one, the movie where he was the the Under the Sphinx. The movie he was. Oh, jeez.
Is it Jumanji?
No,
Red
no,
Notice,
no.
Rampage?
No. Further back.
Baywatch,
Further back.
Shazam.
Further than that.
Puppy Dog.
Shazam is something he's working on. Mummy, the Mummy.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, because you figure he's got
but
The
if
Mummy
you look
Returns, Race to Witch Mountain.
right now, if you talk about those early ones, Snitch, I can't remember what it was about. I don't even remember seeing it, but I'm sure I did.
Moana.
The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, and the
See, I never saw the Scorpion King.
that's it. That's The Mummy Returns. It was the Scorpion King and the Mummy. He started out as the Mummy and he became the Scorpion King.
Okay.
So that was his early stuff. Walking Tall was based on Buford Pusser in Texas,
Okay.
which was a real person. But that was and Hercules. I remember when he did that. So if you look at his early stuff, he only had bit parts in the beginning, and he started growing. And as he became the biggest star in Hollywood, which is
Right.
no one's going to argue with that because he makes so much money now. He now is in a position to call his own shots. I mean, he's got his own production company and all that stuff. His ex-wife is, part of his career and all that. Cena is trying to do the same thing. You think about it. So The Rock has got to be running close to 50. And if you think about it, he's been trying to get... Cena's like 43.
He is 43.
Let's talk about The Rock. Probably is.
Wait a minute, till I get over
He's
there.
got to be close. He's got to be close to 50. I'm thinking. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's not that much. Let's see.
48.
Okay, close to 50. So, but he started his acting career. You think about 20 years ago, because he did it. He was around 2003-ish, give or take. He was, around 2000. Going to say maybe it was a little bit later than that. It was-
2001, because he began his theatrical career in The Mummy Returns.
Okay, all right, that's it. Okay, but again, he took bit parts and got to the biggest
Yes.
thing, and now he's the biggest thing out there. So, Cena.
He's
he could-
kind of following the same
he's-
footsteps.
He is, and Batista did too. But Batista kind of started 2008 or 2000 early 2000s. 2008 he started looking at things, and little by little he moved away from the stuff. And so wrestlers, when I got to tell you, when I send my resume out as acting, I get a lot of, wow, you got a lot of experience. And you know why? Because they're looking at the wrestling.
Yes.
And the wrestling is before The Rock. I'm saying before The Rock, we had no credence at all. Nobody would look at a wrestling personality as anything other than a joke. But he's given us that.
Okay,
What's that?
Batista. I was looking at Batista's acting career.
Yeah, I said 2008. I was off by a year. But I'm thinking about how, like I said, in the early days of wrestling, pre-Rock days,
Right.
we were just considered a joke. And even though Hogan was there, he never really had any big roles that were blockbusters. The biggest blockbuster he had was Rocky III, and that wasn't because of him. That was because of it was just considered a pretty much a joke. And the thing is, now we're considered more important than we were then. So I kind of like the fact that it's that way now. So anyway, I'm really happy for Cena because he's worked hard. He's worked his butt off to get where he's gotten. Because I'll tell you, there's nobody that's done more charity events than he has.
True.
Nobody. It used to be Hogan was the biggest guy for the Children's Miracle Network, or the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's what it is. He's the number one on Make-A-Wish now, and you got to give the guy some credence because he gives back.
Yeah, well,
and,
yeah.
And no matter what your opinions, and my opinion of him in the beginning was he sucks, but as I watched him, I noticed that he did everything right. He did everything by the book. Even when he was a bad guy, he was a good guy. And even when he was a good guy, he played a little bit of a bad guy. And he did exactly what he needed to do. And there's some people that just can't stand him. But there's people like me that I can really respect how much he's gotten away with some of the stuff that he's gotten away with because he's really worked to get there. So I give him a big thumbs up because, you know, he's really worked hard to get where nobody's handed him anything on a silver platter. He's worked hard to get what he's gotten. And I remember before he got in WWE, he was called the Prototype. And he was in California as a wrestler, and he was like a monster. He was just some kind of monster. Real thin and just
Oh, yeah.
just jacked up. So kind of cool. I think that a man like him deserves to be able to succeed, and you can't be a wrestler forever, unfortunately. Oh, Warner Brothers hit me again. What are they doing now?
Now what year?
I don't know. It's the same one.
Oh.
I already said just mute it. Get it out of here. That's been such a pain.
See, I was gonna say Steve Austin, but I can't remember if Austin was in any movies.
He was in movies. I said 4. I didn't expect you to say Hogan. I expected you to say Stone Cold. But I'll take that. I mean,
yeah, because I was thinking Stone Cold, but then I'm like, I don't remember him being in any
he
movies.
was in a bunch of movies, actually.
That's what I was just looking
He was
at.
in
The Longest Yard.
I remember that one. Yeah,
Beyond the Mat.
I saw all of his movies.
Whoop Ass, Knockout, Grown Ups 2.
Yeah, that was a horrible movie.
So, but like I said, I couldn't remember. But I knew Hogan was in movies. I
Yep.
knew. So
I didn't think you'd remember Hogan because I thought you would have thought newer than that. So, not that you I just thought that you would be. What?
nothing. You didn't think I'd think of Hogan. I mean, come on.
Well, but the thing is, when you think of, I would have thought that you would have thought of Stone Cold because he's been in recent movies. Hogan's not been in anything recent.
The only Hogan movie that I can really remember off the top of my head, which made me say Hogan, was the one where he was wearing the tutu.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can remember.
That's something I'd like to forget. So, but
what was
anyway.
it called, Mr. Nanny?
Yeah. I was trying to remember what it was called. So, all right, I did miss. I almost missed this. Okay, so one of the stars of Guardians of the Galaxy was in Tenet.
Oh.
And I was trying to figure out, I think it was let's see here. They did say who it was, but I was trying to remember. She wants to come back and do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because James Gunn is doing that too. And I'm a big James Gunn fan, even though he acted like an ass in the early 2000s. But I think we all did. I love Alicia, Aisha. So he's going to try to get her back. She was the Sovereign Leader, Aisha. I don't remember who that was, but
In Tenet?
No, in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
look.
I am Groot! I love Groot.
I know, everybody loves Groot. Groot gets much more interest in people than... Which one did you like best? Big Groot, Little Groot, or Medium Groot?
Yes. Hey, Groot's Groot to me.
I like the original Groot best. But, we're all entitled to our own Groot. Anyway, so that's the end of that. Let's see what we got here. All right. Okay. So Disney evacuated one of their resorts.
Ooh.
So this was on September 6th.
I hope Vito and Noel are okay.
Well, this is just a resort. It's just one
That's
of the places.
down where they live.
Yeah, but this was just a resort. This is just one of their hotels. There was rumors of a fire.
Ooh.
I believe there was not.
Hey, Natasha.
Oh, I see. What's it say? Oh, she says Rocket all day. I agree with Rocket. I like Rocket. If I had to choose one of the Guardians of the Galaxy and it couldn't be the female, I would choose Rocket. Because he's the coolest guy with the weapons.
I know, but I'm sorry. I'm a Groot.
Yeah, you are a Groot. You are a Groot. Anyway, last night it said it looks as though Bay Lake Tower was evacuated, and it says, in case you aren't familiar, Bay Lake Tower is one of the resorts that is described as warm luxury meets modern elegance at this lakeside resort. Anyway, as of today, there are reports that it was a false fire warning. Fire alarm went off. So, but it was it's one of. Last week we talked about the one that was closed by the lake. It was a different one.
Oh,
I can't remember which one it was, but one of the ones last week we talked about being closed. So Disney's having its fair share of problems.
See, now I wonder whoever pulled the fire alarm, if they're going to get in trouble like we did in school if we pulled it. I never did, but I know somebody who did.
You never pulled it?
Nope, never pulled it. Nope.
Maybe that's why you don't have a boyfriend. You never pulled it.
Hey, I'm okay with that. I'm fine just by myself. Oh, Natasha likes Star-Lord too.
Star-Lord's cool. I gotta say, I gotta like him too.
Because of
but
his
Rocket's
music.
best.
His taste in music.
I like it because he's kind of like a nerd. I like it because, it's me. If I had to be one of them, that would be who I would be, a fat Star-Lord.
Well, she said the Star-Lord because his taste of music is a shiz.
Yeah, well, I like his taste of music.
So she's going to be your favorite because she's listening.
That's true. She just made points. And we agree on things here.
See?
So, other than, I think my Tesla's a whole lot better than a Mustang.
Uh-oh.
Anyway.
Yes, Natasha, he is hot too.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I think she meant Star-Lord, not you.
How do you know that? She didn't say
I know my daughter.
She didn't say that. Who's replying to it? Glad you're listening in.
I told her I was glad she's listening in.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
I can't see it from here. I didn't look on your screen.
I'm doing my job. You just do yours.
All right. What is my job?
You're the host of this.
I'm supposed to keep the show moving. All right. Sorry about that. Let's move on to the next thing. I did have some more. What's that?
Oh, hell no.
What's that?
She probably thinks that you were thinking you were hot.
Then she's not my favorite anymore.
No, either that or maybe the Prius, the Tesla's better than a Mustang.
Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely not happening. That couldn't. I could keep in chill mode and beat that.
Yeah, well, your car has dog mode. The Mustang doesn't. It's got horsepower.
I got more horsepower than that Mustang. That Mustang, on its best day, has 400 horsepower. On my worst day, my car has 800.
Oh, puppy, you're so lucky.
Chris Pratt. Okay. Oh, yeah, I agree. He's not as hot as me. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Anyway, I got more Rock news. The Rock has his own wrestling Mount Rushmore that he created.
Well,
do you know who's in it? You want to guess? Because you probably guessed some of them already.
Probably not.
Guess a couple. Let's say we'll talk about. I don't want to put it up yet because it's going to show who they are. But who would be his top people from Mount Rushmore? Think about
that are not his family.
That are not. Well, let me think if any of them were his family. I don't think any of them were his family.
Okay.
These are the people that were the most influential people in wrestling that he would put on the hall in his Mount Rushmore. There's only 4 at this
Stone
point.
Cold.
Stone Cold, I believe, is one of them.
Michaels?
I don't remember. Let me look. I don't remember if it was Michaels or not. Try not to look. Don't look. I know you
I
want to
won't.
look. I know you want to look.
I'll look at this picture
I'm
here.
waiting for it. Okay. Stone Cold is one of them, yes.
Okay.
There's 2 more besides himself.
Okay. And you said that Michaels was not one of them.
Michaels is not one of them.
Okay.
More, I want to say the people that are in it are deserving it. There are people that really did pave the way. Now, Michaels paved the way too, but in a different way. But, what?
It's up here now. I can't look at the other picture.
Well, you can't see the picture because
Oh.
it's not there. The picture's there. So who did you say so far?
Okay.
Stone Cold. Okay,
Stone
so
Cold were there. You said Michaels is not.
is not, but it's older. They're older people. They're
Flair?
in their 60s. Yes, Ric Flair is one of them.
Okay.
Another one around that same age group.
Hogan?
Yes, it is Hogan.
Oh.
And the new one that he wants to add
Okay.
is someone that you got to see his documentary.
Ted DiBiase.
No.
Oh.
No, not that old. He's around my age.
Okay, I got to see his documentary.
Yes, all 5 parts. Or 4 parts, whatever it was. I think it was 5. This year.
Oh, The Undertaker.
There you go.
I was like, wait a minute, I had to go back and think.
It says here the Rock believes that The Undertaker belongs in pro wrestling's Mount Rushmore. And it says last year The Rock named Hogan, Flair, and Stone Cold as the first 3 members in his Mount Rushmore. So I would agree with those people.
Did I ever tell you that I was this close to interviewing The Undertaker? Before you? Before I even knew you existed?
I never interviewed him, though.
I know, but I was this close.
I would like to interview him. I put him on the list. And, yes, The Rock.
When I worked for the Center Daily Times.
As in Dwayne Johnson.
Yes.
I'm just telling you, because Natasha said The Rock.
Whenever I worked for the Center Daily Times, I was an editorial assistant. And WWE was coming to State College, to the Bryce Jordan Center.
Okay.
So I was able to get backstage pass credentials. And I got to interview Savio Vega.
But who took you to meet Shawn Michaels? That's all that matters.
Yes, I know.
Even if you wore the Outlaw shirt, you still got to meet your favorite person in the whole world. And who would have thought that you would have gotten his hat?
I know.
A
And
couple
I
of months
still
later.
have that.
I want you to know Pam was really pissed that you took it. She wanted it. And I don't know why she wanted it. Probably because it was her birthday. And you could have had it back. You could have had it back now.
I don't remember. I just remember it landing right in my hands.
I remember you taking it from that
No.
little kid. You beat that kid up. You hit her over the head. Oh, man.
I should have got it autographed.
Yeah.
Sean, please.
He'd say, get rid of that outlaw shirt. Anyway.
Oh, I know where it is.
Anyway, I just thought you'd like the Mount Rushmore thing. And, big news, Dwayne Johnson and family all had COVID. His 2 daughters and his wife had COVID. That's scary. And I believe they're all okay, but, you know, it's shows you that if he can get it, everybody can get it.
Yep, she's
So-
going to work.
Why is that? She mad at you?
No, she has to go back to work.
She still should listen to the show before she go to work. She should get an earpiece and listen to the show. Anyway, it says here action star Dwayne Johnson said that he had coronavirus in the past couple of weeks. Johnson explained that he, his wife Lauren, and their daughters, 4-year-old Jasmine and Tiana, 2 she's 2, I guess, tested positive after spending time with very close friends and family. When the girl's symptoms were limited to sore throats early on, the Moana star explained that he and his wife of 1 year had a rough go. I agree. That is a horrible thing. I still wonder if I had it in January. Because I know it's a horrible thing, and I know that I had
But you
something in
even
January.
said this last time, you know, we were both concerned that that's what it was.
Right. Well, yeah, and the symptoms were similar to what I had this time, but they were much worse that time, I think. I don't know. I it's hard to say. But he stressed you should wear your masks in public. So I've got a lot of stories about this kind of thing that I want to make sure I want to hit, and because we started late, I'm going to have to rush through some of this stuff.
Well, I know whenever I had to pick up that thing before I came up here tonight, the guy says, "Do you want me to put my mask on?" I had mine on when I got out of the car.
Right.
And I said, "No." I said, "You're good," because, you know, I made sure I stayed a good distance away from him.
Right.
You know, he loaded that into my car, and away I went.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, look, if you're just real cool about it, it's okay.
I don't know how long this is going to go. Now, there's going to be another Shazam movie, but this time, The Rock is going to be in it. And Zachary Levi, who played Shazam, said no one he thought no one would cast him opposite The Rock, and it looks like somebody did. So
Yay!
I'm wondering if he's what he's going to play there. If he's going to play, it looks like he has a similar costume, except he has black.
Isn't that, I read something, wait a minute. I forget what that character was called.
Well, I
Black
think,
Adam.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be the Black Adam that he's supposed to be, because we know that he's going to be Black Adam somewhere.
Right.
I guess that might be where he. Yeah. Okay. It says.
Opposite Dwayne Johnson's
there it
Black
is.
Adam,
Yeah, I see that now. So, I thought Black Adam was going to get his own thing.
Give it time.
I don't know. Yeah, that's true. Anything The Rock is in, because you're guaranteed that that's going to be a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Just because he's
So
in it.
he's going to get the exposure he's looking for.
Yeah. But he gets to be a heel. So, you never know. As, you know, a big fan of The Rock, I don't care what he plays. He'll be good in it. So, do you know who, I didn't know this till today, so don't feel bad that you don't know who he is. Do you know who Novak Djokovic is?
No.
Okay. He is today's modern bad boy of tennis. Do you remember what was his name? The guy in the 70s that played tennis that caused all kinds of
McEnroe?
McEnroe. He's today's McEnroe.
Oh, brother.
He just lost so much money. He got in trouble, and it says here, Novak Djokovic, U.S. Open meltdown cost millions in prize money with more potential fines ahead.
Okay, that's a female.
That's a female. That's not him. That's him.
Oh.
Okay?
So he's the Tiger Woods of tennis.
He's worse than that because he's got fines coming. Tiger Woods didn't get any fines. Tiger Woods just cheated on his wife. It says here, Novak, the world's #1 tennis player, could potentially face additional fines from the U.S. Tennis Association following his dramatic disqualification from the U.S. Open on Sunday night. And here he got disqualified for, it says here, in addition to missing out on a $3 million prize money up for grabs in the U.S. Open, it says here, Djokovic had been stripped of his $250,000 prize money from reaching the round 16 of the tournament after swiping the ball away that struck a female line judge in the throat.
Ouch.
Yes, he hit her right in the throat. So, yeah, he's...
You need to be watching where you're swinging that thing.
Yeah.
Either that or the judge needs to find a different place to sit and watch.
Says it's not the judge, it's fault. It's his fault. It says here the move was done in frustration after being broken 5-6 in the opening set against Pablo Carreno Busta of Spain.
Busta uppa.
Yeah, something like that. So you said you had no choice. You just told me you have no choice. He pleads with the tournament referee moments after being disqualified. So, hey, he lost a lot of money. I hope he learned something out of this whole thing.
Well, that's where you hit them in the wallet where it
you
counts.
bet. And this next story is all for you.
Me?
Yes, you. What was one of your favorite shows that I couldn't ever watch even one of them?
Dukes of Hazzard?
No.
Oh.
The one with the...
Oh, the Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls is returning to TV.
Nope.
With an all-black cast.
Sorry, I can't do it.
What? You have to have the originals?
I will not watch it.
Why?
Nope.
Why?
I just can't.
You can.
No.
Is that why you couldn't watch, what was it?
Chips.
Chips. Oh, that was sad because Chips was actually pretty good. Well, this is, I found this really interesting because they're replacing all four of them. It says the iconic Golden Girls are coming back to TV with a twist. It's going to have an all-black cast with an all-star lineup. And actually, there some women that we, Regina King, we've seen in a lot of movies. Tracy Ellis Ross, Afri Woodard, and Sanaa Lathan. They assemble for a Zoom production September 8th at 9 p.m. as a part of a series called The Zoom Where It Happens. The original sitcom, which followed the friendship of four older women living together in Miami from 1985 to 1992, starred Betty White, B. Arthur, Rue McClanahan, and Estelle Getty. According to Ross's Instagram post about the show, she will play Rose Nyland, which was played by White in the original. King will portray Dorothy
Zbornak.
Yeah. And Lanthan will play Blanche
Devereaux.
Yeah. And Sophia
Petrillo
will be Woodward. So, you know, they don't look as old as the others. They look like they...
That's why I can't do it.
You can't do it because you got to have the original cast, which half...
I'm sorry, that's
all,
what I grew up with.
Half or most, at least most...
They're all dead except for Betty White.
Is it really? Okay, so I don't see Betty White doing it by herself because it would be really boring. Even
That's
with Betty
why
White.
You can't do this.
Yeah, they can. They can do it. Yeah, they can.
It's not going to go over as well.
I can see them doing it. I actually am interested in with these guys because I just didn't like the cast that they had. I liked Betty White, but the other people didn't have any interest to me. But it's interesting because they aren't nearly as old either. I'm thinking that these...
That's why they're not going to be able to pull it off.
The new cast is significantly younger than the original cast. White was 63 when they premiered, and Ross is 47.
Yep, they are not going to be able to pull it off. Because if the one there in the bottom, if you're trying to say that she's going to be Sophia Petrillo, it's not going to happen because she's not going to have the snappy comebacks and things that Sophia had.
Maybe.
Sophia
didn't write the words.
She's not going to be able to pull it off because when you watched this with Estelle Getty in it, you actually believed it was something that Estelle would say.
Well, it could be true with that.
Nope.
You just got to give it a chance.
Nope.
Anyway, we got it. That's the next one. And lastly, on the entertainment side, what's the 30? It's the 35th anniversary of this. What do you think it is?
Well, I know it's not WrestleMania.
No, it's not wrestling at all. It's a video game.
Pac-Man?
Well, no. Another video game. Probably the largest video game ever. And he has a brother.
Oh, Super Mario!
It is the 35th anniversary of
Mario
games. And it's being re-released because of that.
Wow.
I played so many times with that game. That game was just so different from everything that was out there. I loved everything Mario. I played it till... And the thing that's funny is Luigi's last name,
Yeah.
do you know what it is?
Oh.
Mario.
Oh, wow.
So Mario's last name
It's Luigi.
is Mario.
Oh.
So that means his name was Mario. It says here, Nintendo said on Thursday it would re-release the classic titles featuring popular character Mario for a limited time on its hit Nintendo Switch to mark the 35 years since the launch of the landmark game Super Mario Brothers. Now think about it. They're the Mario Brothers. So Mario's last name was Mario. So it was Mario and Luigi Mario. The release will help...
That's as bad as my name, Junior. My last name's Junior. Junior.
I thought he said his brother's name was Junior.
Yeah, exactly.
The release will help bolster the Switch's bare gaming pipeline ahead of ahead of key year-end shopping season. So, the 3 titles it will include will be the 1996 Super Mario 64, the 2002 Super Mario Sunshine, I almost said Moonshine, and 2007 Super Mario Galaxy will go on sale September 18th.
Which one has Princess Peach?
I would imagine they probably all have Peach in there somewhere. I think they should have Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Those are things I'd be interested in, but I think they have a Mario Kart. But I would
give it time.
I would definitely play if I had it. So it's just kind of funny to watch.
What they should do is
did
take
that already.
Mario and Luigi and turn them into zombies.
If someone were to say it to the right person, they may do that.
I could just see it going so wrong.
Yeah. The days of... I remember when we had our first game system. My first system that we had at our house was the 5200.
Oh.
And we got to play Joust, and we got to play all those things that were... It bombed in the... Unfortunately, in the in the home systems. Everybody wanted a follow-up to Nintendo, and they made this very expensive system with very expensive games back then, because the games back then were $50.
Oh, yeah.
So it would have been really expensive. Nowadays they're 50 or 60, but that's not much inflation on those, and there's not much to them anyway. But yeah, I played my share of games, and actually I never did get to send off the thing for that job thing that I wanted to do. So I'll do these. Okay, so this is sad. This is a 13-year-old boy with autism was shot by police. So, this is beyond comprehension of how this could have happened. Because,
it was an accident.
well, it wasn't an accident. They shot him on purpose with a gun, not with a taser, with a gun. So I can't understand their logic behind it, because the kid was 13. He was a smaller kid, so he's not like he was a big oaf or anything. And he had autism, and he was told that all at the beginning. So why they ended up shooting him, I'm not sure. It says 13-year-old was with autism was shot several times, not once, several times, by police officers who responded to his home in Salt Lake City when his mother called for help. Linda Cameron was recovering in a Utah hospital. Lyndon Cameron was recovering in a Utah hospital, his mother said, after suffering injuries to his shoulder, both ankles, his intestines, and his bladder. And she called 911 to request crisis intervention team because her son, who has Asperger's syndrome, was having an episode caused by bad separation anxiety as his mother went to work for the first time in more than a year. I said, he's unarmed, he doesn't have anything, he just gets mad and he starts yelling and screaming. He's a kid, he's trying to get attention, he doesn't know how to regulate. She told the police that.
Right.
She added they're supposed to come out and be able to de-escalate the situation using minimal force possible. Instead, the two officers went through the front door of the home and in less than 5 minutes were yelling, "Get on the ground," before firing several shots. "He's a small child," she said. "Why don't you tackle him? He's a baby, has mental issues." In a briefing on Sunday, Sergeant Keith Horrocks of Salt Lake City Police told reporters that responding, a juvenile was having a mental episode and thought Cameron had made threats to some folks with a weapon. Police confirmed they did not find a weapon at the scene. In a statement, the mayor said that he vowed an investigation would be quick. No matter the circumstances, what happened on Friday is a tragedy. Imagine this 13-year-old who was not a big kid was shot several times, and just because he was out of control.
Now, I'm going to put this into a different perspective for you.
Put it.
Think of I.B. Green's son, Lucas.
Okay, I still wouldn't shoot him.
I wouldn't either. But that's why when you started reading that, that's where my mind went, was, what if that were Lucas?
Well, yeah. Well,
I couldn't do it.
I'm
you know,
saying,
and the fact that if they shot him, I mean, I know I've read some of Stephanie's post when Lucas has a meltdown.
Yeah.
You know, IB has to literally tackle him.
Well, sure, but he's a bigger kid too. He's not.
He's only 16.
But
I think
he's still at least as big as IB is. But then, of course,
well, he's heavier.
Of course, most adults are bigger than IB Green.
And I just, you know, and I was sitting there as you were going through this, thinking, what if that were Lucas?
Sure.
You know, I just have problems.
That's what I'm
with
saying.
that.
I have major problems with that because you shouldn't have, unless the kid's showing threats to you, you should not be pulling your gun at all.
Yeah, it's like they didn't hear her say he's got issues.
Right.
You know, I mean,
it's sad. I mean, these policemen should lose their jobs.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's no reason. Go out there and shoot people that are crime people that are breaking into places. That I wouldn't have any problem with.
I mean, yes, he could have been a danger
but they
to
should
himself
wait till,
for this separation anxiety.
But he was on the ground.
I know. But what I was getting at was, if his mother knows the problem, okay, she can say, and she did say, look, I know what the problem is, but I have to work. You know, yes, he has separation anxiety.
So does Buddy.
Exactly. And I know, I'm sure Lucas
and if anybody
does
shot
too.
his feet out and his bladder and his...
Yeah, I know.
I'd go after him, but I would never call anybody in for doing that. That's just ridiculous. I just think that it's sad because there's no reason that I can think of if that kid was on the ground. Well, I'm sure he was. He was
they
probably
told him
running.
to get on the ground.
Yeah. Well, who knows when they shot him? But you know, the kid was not a danger to other people, and if he was probably pounding them like, you know.
You know, he could have been banging his head against the wall, but
I don't
still.
know. You don't shoot the kid though. That was just crazy. That was one thing. Then there's a. Whoops! I did it again.
Hi, puppy.
Whoops, I did it again. Then we got this video. It's really a bizarre video.
Oh boy.
Video shows USPS mail being dumped in California lot. Postal union says USPS employees weren't involved. There was this video, and there was also another video where they had this issue. So for somehow...
That's where my winning lottery check is.
It must be. Bags of mail were dumped in a parking lot in Glendale, California last week, according to the surveillance footage. On September 3rd, video shows a budget rental vehicle backing up into a lot of the 7Q Spa Laser and Aesthetics. A person is seen exiting the vehicle and tossing numerous bags of off the back of the truck. Minutes later, the person gets back in the vehicle and drives away, leaving the bags in the mall, or in the bags of mail in the lot. It was really unusual, but apparently it's happened a couple times in that area, and just I wonder, it's kind of not like it used to be back when I was a kid, or back when, not so long ago. We got our mail all the time.
Yeah, you can't trust people. I mean, I don't even like the fact that I get my mail at the house. I'm almost tempted to go rent a post office box because, kids will come up and take mail and you're not sure it's going to get to you.
Oh, I just saw it. Where did I see it? Oh, what was that? No, that wasn't it. Let's see here. Okay, there's that story. But I saw something in the live video. Is that what I got to do?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it takes us back to that other page. Still confused by what the whole situation is with it. Oh yeah, that shows us this again.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, enough of that.
What?
If I set up something like this, I could do the share screen. If I set up another monitor that just has that screen on, I could do that. There he is again. Troublemaker. Anyway. Alright, so we got to put this in here so that everybody has all the stuff. I hear you, puppy. And so does everybody else. Oh, yeah.
Well, I wonder what this is over where it says upcoming live video and events.
Well, I can schedule the video on here. It's, I saw that new thing. It says schedule, but it wouldn't let me do it to my own stream. I had to do it to the other stream.
Okay.
I think it has something to do with the fact that they now own the video. Well, here's... wait a minute. Let's see, where's it at? They own the gaming video that they bought Mix.
Okay.
They bought Mix from Mix, and they integrated it, and so now you can go into where is it? Is it where under Watch? You can watch live. No, you can't. Where's it at? I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere around. There was.
We'll look at that for next.
Yeah, I got to remember how to get there, but yeah, I think that's what they're doing, is that they want to get people to stream like Twitch.
Oh, okay.
And so that's probably where it's coming from, is that they wanted to integrate the Twitch type streaming into their format. And unfortunately, when they did that, they screwed me up because they made me be late because I was ready to go. So anyway. All right, next. So we got that out of the way. Let's see. I'm going to circle around some of this stuff because some of the stuff is newer than others, and I wanted to keep up the newer stuff. Let's see. We can go to here. Okay, this on here. Oh yeah. So it was a couple weeks ago or last week or something. You guessed what the highest temperature was in the United States. Do you remember doing that?
Barely.
All right, well, it's changed now. It's no longer that one. It's now in California.
What is it, 114 degrees?
Is that your guess?
Yes.
Well, the answer is record heat wave creates kiln-like conditions in California. And you said 114?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you...
I'm too low.
You are, but not way low.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you that you're really close. Because I believe, as soon as I hit this button, it was 121 degrees.
Yeah, I thought that's what I saw up there.
Yeah, 121 degrees. Can you imagine 121?
Now, is that part of the wildfires that went into, like, Washington?
Well, I'm going to talk about that too, but no. It says at 121 degrees, Los Angeles County had its highest temperature ever recorded this weekend. The state swelters in a heat wave. Now, that's in Southern California, whereas that other stuff is Northern.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I was just wondering because...
Oh, here it is.
Like the Alaskan Bush people, they're up in Washington, and the part where they're just starting now is there's like a big wildfire on their mountain.
I'm going to talk about that wildfire, too, actually. That's one of the next things I'm going to talk about. As soon as I find the right article. It's in here, but I didn't get it the way I wanted it to. Let me see. Underbank, no. Oh, here it is. Sometimes you just wonder where people's heads are. Do you believe in gender reveal parties?
No,
Okay.
they're stupid.
Well, this one's really stupid. A fire was caused by a gender reveal party in California. The California wildfires that you were just talking about were because of them. It says one of the multiple wildfires burning in California was started during a gender reveal party, a smoke-generating pyrotechnic device used at a party sparked the El Dorado fire in San Bernardino County. The fire started Saturday at 10:23 a.m. and at the El Dorado Ranch Park in Yucallpa, and spread from the park north to the Yucallpa Ridge, according to the release. The fire has grown 8,600 acres as of Monday, and just 7% contained.
See, I don't believe in gender reveal parties because my last 2 children, I was told that they were boys. And that they saw the private areas and everything. And Natasha and Alex are not boys.
I don't know. Alex could be a boy.
Alexandria.
I had a dog named Alex.
I know.
Alexander the Great, he was.
Well, that's why Alex got the name she got. Because I thought...
Because my dog was great?
No. Because I thought, she was going to be my last. And that was as close to a boy as I was ever going to get, except for grandsons. So that's why Alex got Alexandria.
Oh, this is interesting. Notice that on my Facebook we have a little dot that says...
You're red.
Using a camera. That's interesting. Anyway, so, yeah, I gotta say that's kind of freaky that they started that fire and it's gone way out of control. So, sad too. But
that's the part of the one that's in Washington. Like if it moved up that way.
It says here, California that's grown. It's I don't know where that is. It says El Dorado, wherever El Dorado is. That may not be that one after all, because it sounds like that might be Southern California too. San Bernardino, right there. San Jose. Okay.
4 miles southwest of Placerville. I was trying to see on a map where it was.
Well, click there. There you go. You get your big map. Okay, so El Dorado. If you shrink it down a little bit, we can see where it is in California terms.
Diamond Springs, Cold Springs, Frenchtown.
Well, we got to look at where the rest of California is in conjunction to El Dorado. Is it?
Okay, it's going.
Where's the ocean?
See, it's Sacramento here, so it's east of Sacramento.
Okay, but where is it in complacency to? Is it northern or southern California? If you pull this over, just so we can see the. Well, no, we need to see where the ocean is and like just pull it over. There we go. There we go. See, now we can see.
Yeah, it's kind of like middle
Oakland, San Francisco. So it's not really it's not really up in Seattle area. So that one is not necessarily the situation for that. But still, a stupid pyrotechnique should not be the situation. How would so when we were kids, we obviously got to see Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Well, there's a modern day Willy Wonka happening in real life.
Cool.
It's Jelly Belly founder.
Oh, nice.
The Jelly Belly founder is putting together
a golden ticket.
A golden ticket. Very much.
Sweet.
Which is really interesting because...
Poor puppy.
Here you go. Do you believe that?
But how are they going to do it with a jelly bean?
Well, okay, they are. The way they're going to do it First off, hold on. Okay. It says each treasure hunt will have a game location and start date and cost $49.94 to play. This is the cost for the riddle.
Okay.
The registered person who purchased the game, the gameplay, will be signed up as a private forum. You must have a Facebook account.
Okay.
We have been hit with huge response, and we're making every attempt to handle your orders. We will respond to everyone, but there might be a bit of time. Thank you for all your understanding. The day and time of your treasure hunt starts. You'll receive the riddle in your group. You'll be looking for a gold ticket as the forum of the necklace with the tag that includes a code that you will need to use to verify your find.
Oh, so it's more like you'll get a picture if you get an answer to the riddle, and the picture would be of the gold ticket.
Probably.
Okay.
You know, the code you need is like, notice that on this particular picture, you have the golden ticket, you have the gold ticket, and then you have a number down here. That's your code.
Right.
So the code you will need to verify your find. Winners receive $5,000.
Wow.
So that's a pretty interesting thing that nobody thought of. But he's not doing it quite the same way because he's charging you $50 to play. But
yeah.
But your chances of making.
But if everybody in your group gets the same riddle, then when you submit the answer, it'll be whether or not you get the picture of that gold ticket.
I don't know.
That's the way I took it.
Hold on. How cool would that be?
A candy factory?
Yeah.
I'd be in trouble. That would be fun, though.
It would be. And in today's world,
I would say $50 just to do that, just
Yeah.
once.
well, yeah, I mean, $50 is nothing in today's, in today's world.
Hey, look, there's a fool. Huh? What his hat says, fool.
Oh, Motley Fool. That's the company that provides stock tips.
Oh. You see all those Amazon Prime?
Yeah, they're all electric.
Right. Well, when I was coming back from picking that thing up and coming up here, I had my phone, the directions brought me past Saturday's Market.
Mm-hmm.
And that parking lot was full of Amazon Prime.
I was down there the other day, or I was down there.
When you went to your mom.
Yeah, but I was down there with Ken.
Oh.
One time. Because we wanted to see I forget what we were doing, but I said, I'm curious what this place looks like.
Yeah, because it was all Saturday's Market's all boarded
maybe it wasn't
up.
with Ken. Maybe I was by myself. I don't know. But anyway, it was, yeah. I don't know if these are electric, but
I believe they are. Those
not
are
everything,
the
not all of them. Not all of them. But they are definitely doing a big thing by converting their vehicles. Because think about how many vehicles. Oops. Whoop. Hold on there. Shut up. But anyway, yeah, it could be interesting to see how much. You think about how much one of those vans drives.
Right.
And
I see so many of them on the road, though.
But I don't know if I brought this up to you or not, but if I filled my car from nothing
Okay.
at home,
Right.
did I tell you how much it would cost?
Yeah, $6.
Yeah, give or take. And if I did it at another place, it would be like $10. If I did it
Right.
where they're charging, or more. But think about one of their vehicles. Let's say it uses the same battery that I have, 100 kilowatt.
Okay.
Because that's reasonable. So they would be
As much running as they do, they'd have to stop and charge during the day.
But just say for instance, they'd have to recharge once or even twice during the day. You're talking about $6 to $12.
Yeah.
Versus a good $50 or more to fill up the tank.
Hey, I paid $15 the last time I filled up.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, I helped contribute too.
Not quite like I do.
No, not like you do.
Because believe me, I kick in a lot to that. More
That's
than
because you love me.
No, it's because I'm stupid and spend a lot of money. So
You just want to make sure I have the gas to get here every week. That's what it is.
this is interesting. Federal judge blocks the Trump administration from ending transgender health care protections. So, of course, Obama was part of the thing of wanting to give the health care to the transgenders. And the Trump administration, while they originally preached that they were pro-transgender, like, oh, they can use whatever bathroom they want in the Trump Towers, and then they turned against that. This was the best thing I've seen, in that the federal judge blocked them from ending the health care protection for the trans
That's
people.
good.
So that I'm very happy about that, because the transgender people are still people, and
Oh, yeah.
they need health care like anyone else.
I know my building at work, the bathroom that is on the first floor, down where our mailroom is, that does say gender neutral restroom.
Okay.
And I see emails from one of the directors that he says he identifies with the pronouns he, him, and he says, what should I call you? And it's funny because the policy says we're not allowed to have anything like that on our email signatures.
Well, it says here that the federal judge on Monday blocked the Trump administration from removing non-discrimination protections for transgender people in health care, and issuing a temporary setback to a major policy priority for social conservatives. The rules would have reversed the Obama-era Affordable Care Act, and said discrimination protections on the basis of sex should apply to transgender people. And it says here that the rule finalized the regulations in June, 3 days before the Supreme Court ruled that the federal discrimination protections because of sex include gay and transgender employees. And the Supreme Court justices held that such discrimination has been prohibited by Title VII plain terms, and that it should be the end of the analysis. So transgender people are still protected, and that's good.
They should be. I mean, they're human after all.
Yeah, but the one thing I don't like about Trump is that he took a total 180 on that, and he went from being friends of the transgender community to being the enemy. So,
Well, to be president, you have to be able to really shoulder the backlash that you're going to get no matter what way you do things. Because on one hand, if you have people that, like he originally was for transgenders having health care,
right.
Now something happened to make him change that.
Yeah, he lied the first time.
Not necessarily.
He found that was a hot topic, that because the Democrats didn't really.
But you have all those
either.
people that applauded him for doing it, and now that he switched, you have those people that were at first saying, yeah, Trump is great because he lets transgenders have health insurance. Now, and then he was hearing well, why should they? So now he went over to them.
It's a Christian thing. It's the way Republicans are supposed to be, ultra Christians and all that stuff.
And it's just like, it almost is kind of like you see a lot of things out there now where it says Black Lives Matter or Gay Lives Matter or whatever, when really the one thing that sums it all up should be all lives matter. That kind of thing.
You remember last week I did the dump truck?
Yes.
Okay, I got another one like that.
Oh.
This is for Dad of the Year. Okay?
Okay.
This guy, tell me if this guy's the year or not.
Oh,
so he's got, did you see it already?
Yes.
Oh. I thought this was pretty cool because, you never know what a dad will do. And I'll tell you what, like when we saw that one,
My dad would never do anything
my
like
dad
that.
would never do anything like that either. But Randy Orton did it.
Yeah.
I mean, he did some things I wouldn't have ever expected to see him do. How about this? So the dad saves the day at the daughter's ballet. She was panicking because she didn't know.
Stage
Here
fright.
they bring her out. 2-year-old Bella was taking part in her annual ballet show, and she couldn't remember the parts, or she was at stage fright or whatever it was, and she was like just not doing anything right, and it was just kind of cool because I don't know that I could do it either. I just looked at it and I thought, wow, that's. She managed to hold back the tears, but couldn't find the courage to dance. And so she was just standing up there, kind of like stage fright. Yep. And then here's her dad coming up.
With a baby sister or baby brother in tow.
Yes. And I just think it's awesome that this guy actually did that. And he knew the moves, and he knew what was supposed to happen. And he got her dancing. I think that was just awesome.
See, now my dad wouldn't do something like that.
Neither did my dad.
When I was growing up. But I do have a picture of my father in a dress for Bible school.
That's funny. My dad wouldn't have done that either. He was a biker. He would have never done any of that. It just was funny. I just think it's really cool that the parents of today are just, they care about their kids, and they care about how their kids perform and stuff like that. And it's a different mentality.
And he probably wanted her to say, look, if I can do it, you can do it. And
look at that, he's dancing.
They do it together.
I just think it's awesome. I can't imagine. I just think it's awesome. I want to laugh at him for doing it, but I can't. I gotta give the guy kudos, I wish my dad would have been able to do things like that, I mean, not
especially holding a baby in the other arm.
Well, that too. Hopefully the other baby says, okay, I'll be better than that. When I do it, I'll do it without my dad. And just think, in a couple years, she's not going to want her dad up there, She's going to say, oh, no, Dad, don't embarrass me. But even now, look at that. He's got it. I saw that and I just loved it. I thought it was
as long
awesome.
as, with him doing it and she's following his lead.
I just think it's great.
That is sweet.
He cares more about his kids than about
Yes.
what anybody else is thinking. And that's the way it should be.
Yes.
And when I was growing up, my dad was not at all like that. My mom was not at all like that. And so it shows the mentality of today's parents versus old school, like my parents or your parents.
Well, I've seen pictures of Kylie's dad wearing makeup.
Yeah.
Like, he's letting Kylie do his makeup.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. And he'll play Barbies with her. Oh, yeah.
That's
and that really says something. I mean,
it does. I think I'll play that for the end when we go to leave, when we go to sign off, because I just love the fact that the father cared that much.
Yep.
He's definitely a father of the year, as far as I'm concerned, because he didn't have to do any of that, but he did. He did it because he thought it was really cool. He thought he wanted his daughter to feel comfortable.
Of course.
And he was willing to do that. If I was a father, I'd probably do more like that.
What are you chewing on?
Who knows?
I can't tell.
Doesn't matter. Whatever it is.
It didn't sound like a bone.
Could be a rawhide.
Okay.
Probably is. I gave him a rawhide a while ago.
Okay.
So, anyway, here's a weird one. Oh, did you get my message on the Amazon thing?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
I ordered something and
it's okay.
And it was
okay.
Your card was. I should have left you pay for it because you used my account. You should pay for my stuff. Anyway, Amazon bans foreign sales of mystery seeds. So somehow these mystery seeds that look like this were being sent out to people.
Oh.
And nobody knows what these seeds are. So Amazon's banned the foreign sales of seeds in the U.S. after Americans across the country received suspicious packages of seeds. Many are originating, that too, in China earlier this year under the online retailers' new policy as of September 3rd, overseas seed vendors are prohibited from importing plant or seed products to the U.S.
Wow.
Who knows what these seeds are? I mean, it's really strange to think about it, but Americans in all 50 states have reported getting the seeds in the mail. And, some of the things I order from that one site, that top hat,
Okay.
that's coming from China.
Yeah.
And I just wonder what the seeds are. What could they be? I mean, they just didn't really know.
Okay. It kind of brings up an interesting question.
Okay.
And this just happened to me today.
You got seeds?
No. Okay, you're saying you don't know what these are,
Right.
but they're coming from Amazon,
Right.
okay?
Right.
I got something in the mail today. It was a handwritten envelope.
Okay.
My correct address was on. There was a return address, a local return address on it, but I had no idea who lives there.
Okay.
And when I opened it up, you know how the Jehovah's Witnesses would always come to your door and try and hand you these pamphlets to read?
No, I never heard of them.
Yeah, well, they would. Well,
I never opened my door.
this lady, she stuck one of those in an envelope with a handwritten note that said, due to COVID, she couldn't get out to distribute these to households, so she was sending it through the mail. Isn't that considered like fraud or something?
No, it's considered advertising.
And I just, I
mean,
almost...
does a giant, that would mean that the giant flyer that you get every week would be considered.
Yes, but Giant is a legitimate business.
How do you know that God is not a legitimate business?
I don't know. It just doesn't seem right.
Hey, it's a free country. We're allowed to send anything to anybody. So,
You're a good puppy.
anyway, that's, oh shoot, I didn't.
What, puppy?
Did I say, did I do that?
What? It's okay.
I don't remember if I saved it or not.
It's okay.
I guess I gotta look
You're a
at
good
my,
puppy, aren't you? Yes,
at
you
my
are.
stuff here and make sure I sent it. Let's see here. Boom. Did I send it? Yes. Okay, good. Can't remember what I do anymore. Okay. So that's the seed controversy. Who would have thought? Then, this is something that you can totally relate to, because we've talked about this before. Millions of Americans are underbanked.
Oh.
Here's how better internet access could change that. Underbanked means that, we've talked about this before, living paycheck to paycheck.
Yes.
So these are all people that are underbanked. And actually, my bank recently changed my account number. That's been my account number for
Years.
40 years. They've changed my account number, and I have to go back to all the places that I'm doing business with that are direct deposit or, whatever, like my finance guys and all that stuff, all have to have the new account number set up where I can't transfer money back and forth. Now, granted, I don't have a lot of the people that are like that, but the finance people are the big ones that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
And I got that straightened out. But it's interesting to me. It says here, it talks about just 4% of Americans don't own a cell phone. Did you know that? 4%.
Wow.
It says,
But we know some of that 4%.
I know one.
Two?
Two. Balski's probably another.
No, I was thinking Ken, your
Yeah,
mom.
that's true. Ken's whole family. I can't believe they don't have one. But anyway, a quarter of the people living in the U.S. are unbanked or underbanked, meaning they used pawn shops or payday lenders to get by. People of color, immigrants, people living in poverty, and people with disabilities are especially vulnerable. About 6.5% of the U.S. households have a bank account, whatever. Could you imagine not having... Although when I met you, you didn't really have a bank account, did you? And I know Shannon didn't.
I think I did, but I preferred not to use it.
Okay, well, you were one of those 6.5% at that point.
Because it was okay to get my checks cashed,
Wait, here
but
you go.
I wanted to make sure
You were part of
that...
the 18.7% that have a bank account, but used alternative methods.
Yes, yes.
More than a third of Americans don't know how they deal with an unexpected bill of $400. That's what I'm getting to, is that underbanked. If you got a bill for $400, would you be able to pay for it? An unexpected bill for $400, like
Today?
Well, you did pay for it a couple weeks ago with your car, with your.
Yeah, it was
and
only
I got to tell you,
115.
I got to tell you, I was proud of you that you were able to pay that and not ask for money or not.
I panicked because until I knew how much it was, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do?
How do you think I felt when my tires had to be replaced?
Oh, I know.
I'm thinking to myself,
But
I
see,
finally got that
that's
credit
normal
card.
for you because you're the one, you just take it by the horns and do it and fix it.
I have to,
Okay?
because there's no one else going to do it.
Right. Well, with my car,
Go fund me.
with my car, I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Because some ways I am still living paycheck to
a certain-
paycheck.
yes, I would say
And
that
I
you
was
are.
thinking, if it's going to be $300 or $400, the last thing I'd want to do is ask you to help.
Why, I could use a laugh.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying not to do that. You know, I'm trying to be able to do this on my own so that I can say, look, I did do it. And I can feel better about doing it.
What I'm saying is you're in a better position than you used to be.
Yes.
Because I remember when you wouldn't be able to do what you did. And granted, you're still in that percentile.
Right.
But you're just like there's the bottom of the percentile and there's the top of the percentile. You're somewhere in the top 3/4.
I'm getting ready to move to the next one.
I hope so. But
But
you're not alone. I mean,
It scared me.
You're looking at 20% of the people. No, a third of the people do not know how they would do the $400 bill.
Yeah, if that car thing would have been $300 to $400, you'd have been getting a phone call.
I wouldn't have answered it.
Yes, you would have.
But it says the biggest problem with being unbanked or underbanked is the lack of access to credit options. A lot of the people don't have any kind of credit because
And
there's a
see,
reason.
that's what I never understood. My ex-husband's, okay, let me do it this way. Natasha and Alex's great-grandmother.
Okay,
She, not my mom, but his mom, or
Right.
his grandmother.
right.
They never had credit cards,
Yeah.
okay?
And I don't think
They never had credit of any kind.
My dad had good credit, but he always extended. He was so far over.
But it was like, okay, it's that catch-22. How can you get credit without credit cards, but then how can you get credit cards without credit? You know, that kind of thing. You would think somebody that pays their bills on time, all the time, would be a good credit risk.
You would think.
But in their case, it was because they had no credit
Do you know
history.
the funniest thing about credit cards that that I'm going to tell you is this is going to be something that is true.
Okay,
After I had my lung surgery, I didn't have a job.
right.
I didn't have an income. I didn't have anything
I believe it.
but a credit card. I got a credit card from, I want to say it was Chase. And I got a credit card for $2,400
Wow.
without a job.
Jeez.
That's how easy it was to get credit cards back in the early 80s.
Wow.
They were giving them away. In fact, because of that, when I was with Nancy, I had this great idea that I was going to, because if you paid the credit card off in 30 days,
Right, there was no interest.
I was going to buy a house with credit cards. I had a fistful of credit cards. I didn't have a good job. I really didn't. Just everybody was giving credit away at that time. At the late 80s, everybody was getting, if you sneezed, you could get a credit card.
Wow.
And I had a fistful of credit cards, and I was borrowing from one to pay the other off every month. And my idea was, I'm going to buy a house for free by borrowing it on credit cards and paying it. It didn't work out so well because we went so far in debt because of things that happened to us. It didn't work out. But I thought it was a brilliant idea. But
Well, you were talking about payday loans,
Uh-huh.
okay? I know here, I'm going to say it was about 15 years ago, somebody that was doing those. And I found out that they are illegal now in Pennsylvania.
well, yeah,
And it's funny because,
it's
Now-
called loan sharking.
right, well, I still get emails trying to get me to do that. I'm like, I never did this before. So,
I still get strange emails like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just got a call the other day. They were asking me if they could help me refinance my student loans.
Oh, yeah, I get those too.
And I'm like, what?
That's funny. Okay, so we got a smartphone that can tell if you're drunk walking. According to this article, oh shoot,
Is that walking under the influence or walking
it would
while
be.
in
It would be. You can get a ticket for that.
Oh, yeah, that's public drunkenness. Okay.
Yeah. It says here that. Let me find.
See, that thing would bother me because if I was excited and dancing around and they thought I was drunk.
Yeah, it does look like the same thing.
See, then, not me. I'm just a happy person.
It says here that the cartoon archetype of a drunk person is a disheveled mess with droopy eyelids and erratic gait and bubbles off the top of their head. For some reason, if it were only that easy to tell if someone was blitzed out of their mind. If a cop pulls you over, they can objectively determine intoxication on the roadside with a breathalyzer. We both know that.
Right.
In the lungs, ethanol was transferred from the blood into the air, so the device can detect alcohol in your exhalation. Even then, one person at the U.S. federal legal driving limit of 0.08 alcohol concentration might act perfectly normal, while another person would be trying to successfully fish a slice of pizza out of the gutter.
Ooh.
But scientists are working on what might be a new way to determine intoxication by returning to a stereotypical characteristic of a drunk that is actually true, the soused walk. No matter how well you think you're walking when you're intoxicated, especially if you compare yourself to a friend in the gutter, subtle or not so subtle changes in your gait could betray your alcohol level. And if you're carrying a smartphone, its onboard accelerometer can pick up those changes. In fact, scientists from the University of Pittsburgh just published research showing that. In a lab at least, then they can use a smartphone motion data to detect if a subject is intoxicated with an average of accuracy of 93%.
See, that would scare me because there are times where I feel like I'm losing my balance. And that would say, oh, she's intoxicated, but it could be just me losing balance.
Well, they would take your average way that you walk and all that stuff. I mean, the klutzy factor doesn't come into it, I guess. Anyway, just the kind of information. Hey, I don't know why you said you. Anyway,
I'll remember that.
Well, that's good. You can at least remember one thing. Let's see here. But anyway, it's something to think about. I mean, as far as things like that scientifically, it can tell whether or not that's your average walk.
It'd be interesting to see if they do, if it does happen and how accurate it is.
Right. Exactly. So it's something to think about. So we got all kinds of people that have already commented on some of the things.
Cool.
So it's very, very interesting.
People that we haven't talked to in years.
Let's see where we at here. All right. This is really kind of cool in a way. This family was evicted from their house. Not that that's cool. That's not cool at all.
Right.
But what was cool is that the eviction was filmed and they received thousands of donations.
Wow.
So law enforcement officers who evicted the young Houston father and his family days later set up a GoFundMe that raised more than $180,000 to help him and other families facing eviction. Because with this COVID thing, a lot of people didn't get a chance can't work.
Right.
Or are running into things that are causing them issues. It says Israel Rodriguez, 24, his girlfriend and 2 children, ages 4 and 20 months, were evicted from the Houston apartment last week. Rodriguez was behind thousands of dollars in rent after losing his job due to the pandemic. Just days, and it's funny because they were telling us, oh, don't worry, we'll all get back together. It's no big deal. But they don't seem to understand when I was talking about underfunding, these people were lucky to make it that long. To actually make it that long, I guess they have been not paying for a while, but there's a reason why.
Depends on how much their monthly rent was.
Well, sure. But if it's in Houston, I think it's Houston, yeah, chances are the rent is pretty hefty.
Yeah.
Houston's a big city. But let's assume for a second that it's $1,000 a month. It could be higher if it's depending on the place. It could be lower, but it's going to be at least $800.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about a 2-bedroom, assuming that their daughters are sleeping in the same room, and 3-bedroom if not.
Right.
But even in a 2-bedroom, you're going to pay $800, at least in a city, for like Houston, I would imagine. It says here was behind thousands of dollars in rent and losing his job due to the pandemic. Just days later, a GoFundMe account raised tens of thousands of dollars for Rodriguez and his family, enough for him to land back on his feet, and he thanked his supporters. You know, that is something that's really cool, that people actually helped out.
Oh, yeah.
And it's unbelievable how many people, how people get such great heart. People didn't have to help me, but people did. I don't think anybody helped me when it comes down to that kind of stuff. The 2 GoFundMe accounts have been set up to support Rodriguez and his family, and an account by a former Houston teacher, Patrick Tamowski, has raised more than $52,000 to help Rodriguez family. The second account was set up by the Harris County Constable Precinct 1 Foundation to help Houston families who've been evicted during the pandemic, and they've received $181,000. Wow. So the funds will help him get back on his feet, and hopefully he can find. They were staying in a hotel after eviction.
Well, I have one of my friends. Her daughter lives in Potter County, and she owns her home free and clear.
Mm-hmm.
But because she's a young single mother, she didn't have homeowners insurance or anything, because when she bought her house, she used the money from her dad's estate that she was the sole beneficiary of. So she bought her house. Well, they had a big windstorm, and it done damage to the tree. The tree did damage to the house, and now they need to fix this up, especially before winter.
Yep.
And so she set up I don't think it was a GoFundMe, I forget what it was, to try and get help to get this house fixed. And I was like, oh man, I
went about a year without, about a year and a half, about a year without homeowners insurance. I was scared something was going to happen because I didn't have the money at the time. Right. That was just last year. Come the new renewal, I had to make the adjustment in my finances and pay it. And because there's too much here for me. If one little fire, one little tree falling down, the tree that fell down in the yard, I could have had that done with the insurance if I had insurance. So, it happens, but I'll tell you, I won't go without insurance anymore, because I just got lucky during that time that nothing happened, and I didn't tell anybody. I just did what I got to do, and that's all any of us can do. But if she had the money, she deserves to have to pay that money.
Well, she's not working because of COVID. She doesn't have a job. And it's sad. I think I sent a small donation, and I wish it could have been more, but I can't do what I don't have.
Right. Well, it's not your responsibility to pick up someone else's pieces.
No, I know that, but I've known this girl.
We still can't.
Quite a while, and I thought, well, it's what I could afford to do by still making sure my stuff was taken care of.
Right. Shoot, that's wrong. did the wrong thing. I want to put this one out there, and I put. Wait, that's the right one. Here's the family. Yeah, that's the right one. What in the world? Okay. I don't know how that happened. Might have had it in there
the same
twice.
story twice.
Well,
yeah.
that could be. This is I found this interesting. One vitamin is essential for muscle mass longevity, according to this study. Which one do you think it is? What vitamin do you think?
Okay, wait a minute. Let me go through here. Okay. So I know vitamin C is for health.
And that is it.
Really?
Yes. This is as we get older, the skeletal muscle mass, strength, and power to move gradually decline, which is
Wow.
it'll lead you to sarcopenia, and it affects more than 50 million people over the age of 50, and it also contributes to type 2 diabetes. So, said here, according to this, it says here, but few studies have actually investigated the importance of dietary vitamin C with the loss of skeletal muscle and functions of middle and older age. The new paper talks about that the dietary vitamin C middle age and older adults consume, the greater their skeletal mass.
I thought vitamin C was to help keep infections and stuff away.
Vitamin C is already known to play an important role in bone health, but it also helps us maintain strong muscles.
That was pure luck.
The vitamin is found in vegetables, potatoes, and fruits. If I let you go any further, you probably would have said, well, vitamin C is for this, so I think it's probably...
And that's
why I stopped you where I did.
That's where I was headed.
That's what I thought, so I could figure that. It says around 2/3 of the body's total vitamin C is found in the skeletal muscle. It's used for making carnitine, a crucial substance that provides energy for muscles to function, and collagen, which is an essential structural component of muscle.
Wow.
So, nice to know that a basic vitamin
Then I
C...
have lots of muscle or vitamin C here.
I think it's right there.
Right here?
No, right there.
Right here.
No, right there.
You
Anyway,
talk more than I do.
I have to talk because you don't talk, and that would be a really boring show if neither of us talked.
That's why I said you have more vitamin C than I do.
No, I have more muscle.
Yeah, that too.
So, okay, what do we got? Okay, good. Okay, what do we got here? Did that. Okay, we did all those.
See, I always thought, like,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Here
whenever
it is.
you're not feeling well, you're supposed to drink vitamin C to help get rid of the sickness or whatever. I never knew it had to do with muscle.
So, you sent this to me.
Yes.
Mask-free protest evacuation at York, PA Walmart. So a group of people decided to go to Walmart and protest. So it triggered an evacuation of the Walmart in York. And it says here, the protesters were already in the parking lot, not causing any problems when the police arrived. And it says here, you understand the group planned to be inside the store for 30 minutes, but he believed it was much less than that. And so I guess what happened was they started sending people into the store, and they had to temporarily closed out the store because of the disturbance. So
Yep.
I don't understand why people have to protest this. Because even The Rock is saying, wear your damn mask.
Exactly.
It's not going to kill you to wear your mask for a couple months until we get this thing under control.
And if you're keeping the social distance, it's not so bad. You can take your mask down, but when somebody comes within that 6 feet, put it back up.
Just really is such a pain in the butt that people were thinking, oh, this is against my rights. It's not against your rights.
I have more trouble remembering to
Yeah, that's
put
the problem.
stupid thing on.
Me too. It was raining real bad last week, and I jumped into the store to grab money out of the ATM, and I'm in the store and I'm getting my money, and I'm thinking, oh, I don't have a mask on. And I didn't want to go out in the rain, and plus my card was already in the machine. I couldn't. It was just a really hard
Well, that's
thing.
where you take your shirt and you pull it up.
Yeah.
I've seen people do that.
But on the other hand, education kills.
Uh-oh.
This professor was teaching, and she died of COVID. She was teaching in a video class,
Oh, wow.
and she just keeled over and died. What a weird thing.
Yeah.
You would think it would be safe, but she was in a virtual class, and boom. The teacher just was, who would have thought? But it says here, a college professor in Argentina who had been suffering from persistent coronavirus symptoms collapsed and died at her home during a lecture in front of her virtual class.
Wow.
She was 46.
I'll bet that freaked the students out.
I would guess so. It was just really weird to think about it. It says here, she taught 20th century world history, and she complained she was having trouble breathing during the Zoom session, and her alarmed students asked her to give them her home address so they could summons help, but she gasped, "I can't," before collapsing. So DeSimone's husband, a doctor, discovered her lifeless body when he came home. That is just gotta be the worst. And I mean, I realize, I know what it's like to come home to someone being dead.
Right.
It's just, I mean, the professor who was survived by her daughter had mentioned her health struggle and her husband's work and amid the pandemic on Twitter. So,
See, they should have had that life alert. The button.
you know, the new iWatch I got has a situation that if it feels me fall to the ground, it'll summons 911.
Oh, wow. I'd be careful that you don't fall down.
Well, I turned it off.
Okay.
So I could have used that though when I
Yeah.
was sick. So it's kind of weird. But anyway, so as strange as it is, that poor lady died at home in front
See,
of...
one of the students should have called, like, administration at the school and said, look, she just went down, get help there.
What a weird thing, though. Talk about, well, at least she died doing something she loves.
No,
I hate that line. It doesn't matter. Death is death. So, okay, so we're adapting to... Harrisburg restaurants are adapting to COVID restrictions, preparing for the winter months. I guess that's where the difference, as Labor Day talks about, let's see, I want to see if they say anything about, so COVID restrictions, like 25% inside dining capacity, have been forcing restaurants to change the way they do things. You're saying to change to 50% now, right?
Yes. Or will as of the 21st.
Yeah, it doesn't say that that's the situation, but I'm not doubting you. It just doesn't say. But it does concern me because we're losing a lot of businesses due to this. And what can they do? I mean, this has got to be the strangest year for all businesses.
Yeah.
And I wonder what I do want to. Let's watch this video. That's probably the best thing I can do. Well, that's... I could.
Yeah,
I
it's
can.
called a faucet.
Yeah. I was going to say, I have that power. All right, let's find out what the COVID says. I'm curious about this. I really hope that they find some way.
To push takeout orders instead of holding Restaurant Week, the Harrisburg Downtown Improvement District has kicked off Harrisburg Takeout Month.
Takeout month, okay.
To order takeout from their favorite city restaurants. The Vegetable Hunter co-owners Kristen and John Baker say, along with adapting to the challenges, it's takeout that has helped their business survive.
Takeout is one way to help business.
Well, I mean, Robert Irvine shows that. He's saving their businesses by doing that.
Right. But what if people, like, they'll go get it, but if they don't want to go home and eat, or if they're traveling?
What choices you got?
Yeah.
So they didn't say anything about the changes. So I've not seen 50% at this point.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find
but
it.
But if they do have that, that's awesome. Because certainly none of us want to see these businesses go out of style, and they're certainly they have challenges. All these businesses are definitely in trouble.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I will go on to the next thing unless you find it quickly.
Here.
Oh, okay.
PennLive.com.
Okay.
Pennsylvania restaurants can soon open to 50% capacity, but must end booze sales early. September 21st, restaurants can increase inside dining from 25 to 50%.
Okay, that's good. But still, that makes me want to go to the restaurant less because...
Yep, they'll have to cut all restaurants with alcohol sales, while they can increase their seating capacity indoors to 50%, will have to cut off alcohol sales at 10 p.m.
Well, what can you do?
So I wonder how that's going to impact like Sheets and Rudders and all those that are selling alcohol now.
I think it only means restaurants that are doing it.
Yeah, because I know Sheets
still...
Sheets and Rudders have certain times that they can sell alcohol that are cut
They're
off.
probably just going to make it so you could take out alcohol.
Okay.
Then they don't have to worry about that.
Then they got to watch the DUIs if people start cracking the alcohol early.
That's not their problem. As long as they sell it as a 6-pack or whatever,
yeah,
and the person takes it out in the parking lot and drinks it, that's on them. Yeah. Well, that's good. At least they have another. At least it is announced. I didn't see that. If I had seen that, I would have used that as my.
I just saw
story.
it like early this morning and remember seeing it because we were just talking about this yesterday. About what places are going to do and whether some of them that have the outdoor seating, if they're going to enclose it, with heaters or whatnot.
Right. So the F-150 Ford and the Cybertruck have something in common besides that they're pickups.
They're trucks. They're wheels.
Yes, Ford decided they want to change their truck to look like the Cybertruck.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know how that exactly is going to help them, but it says here's one of the replicas of the Cybertruck from a Bosnian company, Stark Solutions, using the base of the Ford F-150 as the prototype. It's obviously not an EV, but they think that I don't know if they can't be saying that's it. That can't be it. I don't know, because that looks like a Cybertruck to me.
Yeah.
But it actually looks fake. We're driving. They don't know what a Cybertruck is. Okay. Well, I guess we could turn the volume down since we have no idea what he's saying anyway. It's not identical. It's fueled by gasoline while Tesla uses... Okay, so that's the Ford F-150. They made it look exactly like a Cybertruck.
Oh.
I would think that if that was in the U.S., Elon would be suing them.
Yeah.
Because that is a Cybertruck.
But it says it's not the same size.
Well, yeah, but they stole the design outright. And plus there's keys in the ignition versus a Cybertruck, which does not have keys. That's just sad. I mean, I realize he's a fan of both Tesla and Ford, but I think you shouldn't need to.
Imitation is a form of flattery.
I guess so. Come up with your own ideas. Don't steal it from Tesla. Darn people. I just think it's funny because it looks, I mean, it really
Yeah.
does look like, but the Cybertruck is going to be smaller than that, I believe. That's funny. And we'll throw a ball bearing at the window and see if it cracks.
Yeah, knowing our luck, it would.
Yeah. So I just thought it was interesting that they decided to outright steal it. And here's one that's really
They borrowed it.
Here's one thing that I thought was really cool. In the 80s, the government was developing these giant 6-leg walking trucks. You've never seen it, right?
No.
Okay, let me show
What
you.
is a walking truck?
Let me show you. There you go. It actually had feet,
What
and
the-
it walked like a caterpillar or some kind of...
The only thing I knew that did that was the Transformer toys.
Yeah, well, that's probably, was out before the Transformers were out, but I think it's really kind of cool, even though it never really went anywhere, because, just that would be... I would think that wouldn't do well because of the feeling that it would be too slow for a lot of things.
Yeah, especially if you had to get to the hospital and it was your only mode of transportation.
No, it never happens.
I'd take a horse.
Never happens. I just thought it was kind of cool because it was just like kind of weird that it would be like that.
I could see it. Put that up against a Tesla at a red light for a race, and you.
Oh, please. I could drive backwards and beat that. But I think it's really cool because they tried to think if it's rough terrain.
Right.
It would be a good vehicle on rough terrain. because
Yes.
What vehicle could do that? But it's going to be too slow for... If it's in battle, that guy's in danger of being shot.
Right.
Because he's not going to move very fast. So it never did make it to the field, but I just thought it was interesting because, they had these ideas of doing that, and it just... it shows that walking is still not fast enough compared to vehicles. But I thought it was interesting that they had that, and I kind of wanted to capture that while it was out. Here's something that's cool too. There's another electric company, but it's in an electric vehicle company in Canada, and they are making electric tractor trailers. Yes.
We were already working on
Well,
that?
Tesla is putting one out, but it's still not out. They already have theirs out. So
Wow.
I think it's interesting because of that they actually are
So what?
marketing them.
They're only, like, when you have to charge that, you're only charging the rig rather than the whole trailer.
Probably. Yeah, I didn't read into it to figure, and they're going to work on doing trains too,
Oh, wow.
which could be cool too.
Wouldn't that Amtrak?
Well, I mean, whatever company is doing it, but you could actually, theoretically, if you do it through trains, you can do it where the train track is electrified, so you could actually theoretically go forever.
I think that's what Amtrak is, isn't it?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But it says here the Canadian National Railway intends to buy all, up to 50 all-electric trucks for intermodal use for its Quebec-based neighbor Lion Electric. The Lion Electric, which so far has delivered more than 300 school buses,
Oh, wow.
and the deal for 50 trucks is the largest order to date, and the value of this exceeds $20 million Canadian, which is 15 million.
Wow.
US. So I think it's actually a pretty neat looking vehicle, but I guess that's, I don't know if he's just going to talk.
Now that would be something when you're putting up two tractor trailers side by side and trying to decide, is this gas or is it, which one's gas, which one's electric?
That'll be a new game, gas or electric. Make you choose.
Yeah, I lose every time.
I don't know, you've done pretty well lately. So, yeah, I just think it's kind of cool. Let's see what else we got here.
Well, that one kind of looks obvious as far as being electric.
How would you like to go with an electric surfboard? I think an electric surfboard could be really actually interesting, but here you go.
Remember, I don't get in the water.
Well, you wouldn't need to if you got this. This is an electric surfboard. They have it set up, and let's see if I think they're going to show.
Carbon fiber, electrically powered surf. come right out and say that I have absolutely zero surfing experience outside of one time riding an electric hydro.
That looks like fun.
Yeah.
Uses a wing underneath the board to lift you out of the water. But with
There you go.
That would freak me out.
I don't think I could do that.
Nope.
But that's not what this is. This is it. They have these surfboards.
They look like jet skis almost.
co-owner of UJet, Chad Knight,
Here we go.
was nice enough to take me out
That looks like
and
fun.
show me the ropes.
Oh, yeah.
He's also tanner and buffer than me, so
Probably have to use your cell phone, though.
Well, I would want to make sure I had a life jacket on.
I really like it. I think it's kind of cool.
I began by just riding around on my stomach.
Jet ski.
Kind of like
A lazy man's jet ski.
Kind of. I still want to try a jet ski. I've never driven.
Yeah,
one.
the same here.
But it looks like fun. And you could outrun the shark that's going to try to eat you. Or fall off and get eaten.
Ugh.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. It's called a UJet.
Yeah, I would need to make sure I had a life jacket on before I'd ride
Well,
one.
yeah. I mean, you should. But you got two safety harnesses there.
No, I don't. These flotation devices don't float.
They do. You got to let them float. Let's see, where did I put it? Okay, there we go. Oh, this is kind of exciting, sort of. There's that. So we got Tesla, and then we've got a new company called Nikolai, which is Nikolai Tesla.
Okay.
They're making fun of the Tesla, but they have a new.
I thought they were going after Nikolai Volkov.
No, he's dead.
I know.
So the one company out there that is not doing electric is GM.
Oh, wow.
And they inked a deal with Nikola, to do their electric stuff. So now GM is going to have an electric truck.
Oh, wow.
It says, with one headline grabbing the deal with buzzy electric truck startup Nikola, GM chairman and CEO Mary Barra has finally earned a key element among the Wall Street community. So Nikola announced Tuesday it has selected GM to be its manufacturing partner for its electric pickup dubbed the Badger. The Badger will use GM's widely acclaimed Ultium battery technology. Additionally, Nikola will hand over $2 billion of stock to GM, giving the automaker 11% stake in the company. So it is possible to buy your way into electric, and this is a company that could do it. But you know what we're down to once again? Who has the superchargers? Tesla does. None of these companies are able to do it.
Wow.
With that kind of speed. But this gives GM a kind of a nice little push at the rest of the companies out there, Ford, Chrysler. They don't have, I mean, Ford's trying to put together that pickup, but they don't have it together yet. So here's a company called Nikola that has the technology, and GM that has the money that may make it. But the other thing, the most important thing, is that Tesla is not a car company, they're a technology company.
Right.
So even if you have the car, you got to have the technology to go with it. If you can go out and put together a car that does well, that's awesome, but can you do the rest of the stuff that goes with it? And we don't know. But it'll be interesting to see what happens now that GM is acquiring the Badger.
That's true.
So, all right. Well, I guess it's time to go.
Wow, that went fast.
Yeah, it went very fast. Well, of course, we lost a half hour due to them not telling us what's going on. But I will see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And as always, we'll see you next week.
I was surprised Natasha was actually listening in. I was surprised that Natasha was listening in.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so we got this one here, and then we